Oops. Are we live? Oh my gosh. Hold on, let's do the intro. Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. And here we are after a couple false starts. Welcome back to J is for Justice. My name is Jay, and Potato just scooted on me. Come back, Potato. Come back. We have Doggy Cam on right now, and Mike Sanner is ready with his shot and beer. Welcome back, Miss Potato. We can't hear you, Miss Potato. Or I can't hear you. Can you guys hear Potato? Hello, hello. Yeah, your little circle isn't moving, Potato.
Hello? Can you hear me?
There's her circle. Yes, I can hear you
Hey,
now.
I'm here. Sorry, I was having internet issues as usual.
Oh, well, Bella is very happy to hear you. Okay, I'm going to let her greet you for a second. Hold on. I think they think Potato's here. See?
I have arrived.
Summer's got a big old butt. Oh, yeah.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Right? Hey, Summer, we like big butts and we can't. She's like,
She's like, what?
Okay, Bella. Enough. Thank you. Bella. I can't with her. Oh my God, Potato left again. Oh, this is going to be one of those nights. Bella's in rare form. Potato keeps dropping off. Hi, Heather J. Missing you tonight. Yeah, I figured I'd put Doggy Cam on because I was finishing my supper. So we'll let Potato come back, but I'll give you guys a rundown of what we're going to talk about tonight. We have a text message that I want to show you guys and talk about. We have, of course, Dr. Phil, the deleted episode. And I thought there was one other thing that I had in store. Oh, yes. Two other things. We're going to go over the book that was given to Chris in Weld County Jail when he was in solitary. We're going to go over the synopsis of that book. And we are going to also take a look at something in the discovery. So buckle up because it's going to be a ride. Are you with us, Potato?
I think so.
Yay!
I think it's all good now. It had a little moment.
If you drop off, I know you're going to be back. So
yeah,
it's
I'll
all
be
good.
right back.
It's all good in the hood. All right, let's take a look at this text message first. It's nothing huge. It's just one text message, but I want to talk about it. Someone marked it up. This is the only, really quick. This is the only one I could find without having to absolutely dig. But you get the gist. Yeah. Okay. So this was on the 13th, which was Monday. Mm-hmm. And we know that, NK deleted. What did she do, Potato? Did she delete her responses or his?
I thought she deleted everything.
But this was in... Oh, this must have been in his text messages then. No, I thought this was hers.
Well, that was his response, wasn't it? Does it show what she said.
He responded with that, but she deleted what she said.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay. So this was from Nicole's texts, and we don't know what she said, but he responded 8:13 on Monday at 2:44 p.m. OMG, that is absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out. Tons of exclamation points.
And that was at the time that Nicole Atkinson was still at the house as well. And I think
2:44. She was still.
and stuff too.
Is that the porch interview day?
No, this was the 13th. This was the Monday.
Oh, the porch interview was the 14th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was the day that everyone was at the house.
This is all during the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then it says, this is the day they went missing when Kessinger said Chris didn't tell her they were missing until around 4.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think that he could have been possibly saying? That is absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out.
I thought it was something to do with cereal, but was that something else?
Cereal?
Like cereal that she had found that the kids would love or something. Or was that a different thing?
I don't know.
Oh, Heather J said that they were talking about cereal. Yeah, unicorn cereal that the girls would love.
Where did you guys get that about cereal? I don't remember cereal at all.
It's just what I remembered. I don't even know where it was. Was it in the Discovery? I don't know. Maybe it did show what her message was.
That's so crazy. Like, I've never heard anything about cereal. Like, that's brand new to me. So she must have maybe texted him a picture or something of cereal.
Yeah, or just said that she found this unicorn cereal. And like the kids would really love it. Like your girls would really love it.
What a weird response. Like, OMG, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Why would it be ridiculous?
Yeah, what's ridiculous about it?
Strange.
They would freak out. He said it in the prison. Oh, in the prison interview? We know that was all bullshit.
Well, it doesn't make sense for him to say it's ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous.
It makes sense if he said they would freak out, because I can imagine little girls would freak out at unicorn cereal, but ridiculous. Sounds
it's almost like a response. You would say like, oh, so-and-so got mad because I made them, check this gauge at work.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if they didn't check it, like I would get in trouble. And he would be like, oh my God, that is absolutely ridiculous. They would freak out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's how I take it. But I'm a weirdo. Like, I notice hair ties.
Green hair ties.
Neon.
From the movie set.
Neon. Yes. Yep. It was on the bathroom sink and yep.
You just picked it up. Needed
yes.
a hair tie.
You give yes. So true. But the fact of the matter is, what the hell were they talking about at 2:44 p.m. while all this shit was going on? So I'm assuming this is when he was standing in the driveway on his phone. Cop was standing there. It's on the body cam, and Atkinson's there with her baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
I think that's when he was. Yes,
checking his phone.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't leave until like 3:15.
Hi, Krugs. Who didn't leave till 3:15? NA?
Nicole Atkinson was at the house until 3:46 p.m. She left in the middle of that because she took that trip to the doctor's office, but she went back and she was there till 3:46.
I mean, just the nerve. But that is absolutely ridiculous. And then she deletes only hers. Like, this is what gets me. It's more work. Yeah. It's more work to delete only his than it is to just get rid of the whole fucking thing.
Of everything. Mm-hmm. And if she had been messaging about cereal, then that makes her look better because it proves that what she was saying about, she was really interested in the girls and stuff and she was thinking about them. I don't see why she would delete it if it was about cereal.
In the words of Dr. Phil, innocent people have nothing to hide.
Yep.
And we'll get to him. Oh, Alexa. Everyone's Alexa is going to go off now.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Alexa. Alexa Lovekin. Everybody tell me what your Alexas are saying.
Not mine. Mine's still unplugged. It's never being plugged back in again.
I can't tell when we get new members. I need to open this up in another window. That is not a good feature for Restream. They should be able to, you should be able to differentiate. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now I've got, so we've got Midge Elkins. Welcome. Roberta. Midge must have something she wants to say too. So you guys we're going to be reading chat on and off, and highlighting your comments and discussing as we go. I know you did, Midge. Thank you. You won't regret it, Midge, I promise. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go over is the book. And let me pull it up. It's called Body of Evidence. By Kay Scarpel. I thought it was Patricia Cornwell. Oh, the person, the character is Kay Scarpetta. Mm-hmm. So this is the second series, or the second book in a series, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And it was written, I think it was in the 90s. First published February 5th, 1991. Called Body of Evidence. And it says, after months of menacing phone calls and feeling that her every move is being watched, successful writer Burl Madison flees to Key West when a terrifying message is scratched on her car. But the very night that she returns to Richmond, she deactivates her burglar alarm and opens her door to someone who nearly decapitates her.
Jeez.
Right? Why did she let him in? Wonders Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Kay Scarpetta. And why is Burl's latest manuscript missing? Pursuing the answers involves Scarpetta in the murder of another writer, Burl's jealous mentor. While she copes with a variety of personal and professional problems, Scarpetta's high-tech forensic skills enable her to collect a body of evidence, clues that would mean little without her intelligence, compassion, and imagination that leads her directly into a nightmare all her own. So here's Chris Watts in solitary. They come around with the book cart. You're not supposed to get books, but here you go. Mm-hmm. Here's a Bible, and here's this.
Yeah, wasn't he only supposed to be allowed to have a Bible?
I think so.
And the God gave him this book of all books.
This book of all books. Specifically handed him this one.
Mm-hmm. And it's also about murder-suicide.
Yeah, I saw one that was more detailed, and then I lost it. So maybe if I just do a search, body of evidence.
Or murder and suicide, I should say.
Cornwell. Oh God, it's doing a Yahoo search. Like, who used Yahoo? Wid. Wikipedia? Maybe that'll be more. Okay. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to start reading it? Here, I'll maximize it.
Yeah, if it's bigger.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or do you want me to blow it up one more notch?
A little bit bigger with it.
Here, let's see. It won't.
That's fine.
Oh, there we go.
I can read it. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So Kay Scarpetta, Chief Medical Examiner of Virginia, gets involved in the case of a brutal stabbing death in Richmond of romance writer Beryl Madison. Then, Madison's greedy lawyer accuses Scarpetta of losing his client's latest manuscript, an autobiographical expose of Beryl's early life as protege of a legendary novelist. As more deaths occur and the killer closes in on her, Kay finds herself also having to deal with the unexpected reappearance of long-lost lover Mark James. Scarpetta soon finds herself living Beryl's nightmare. Do you want me to go through the characters?
Oh, no. I think there's
major themes.
Yeah, but there is an ex-lover.
Obsession.
Weird. Yeah, I guess let's go through them just briefly. Like, you don't have to read the whole thing. Just say who they are.
Just waiting for my face to move. I move my cursor. When I move my cursor, it pulls up the sidebar thing. Okay.
Oh, your cursor.
My cursor. So, Kay Scarpetta, obviously Chief Medical Examiner. Benton Wesley, FBI profiler. Pete Marino, Lieutenant at Richmond Police Department. Mark James, the ex-lover. Who's going to be a lawyer? Frankie Ames, mentally unstable friend of Al Hunt. Interesting. Oh, wow, there's 4 victims.
I didn't know there was 4.
There's a suicide. So I guess the first 2 are murders and the second 2 are suicides. So Al Hunt is the unstable one. Who's Sterling Harper?
I don't know. Read that part.
The inability to outrun evil. Scarpetta's move into Key West temporarily in an attempt to escape the killer is similar to Beryl's run-in to a safe haven before being murdered. The only difference was that Scarpetta managed to defeat the killer.
Creepy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the parallels. Shanann going to North Carolina for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about the Google search in September of 17.
Oh, Nicole's search of Shanann.
Yeah.
It was
Shanann Watts.
It was on Facebook, wasn't it? That she searched for her.
I thought it was Google. Sorry, I'm eating.
Was it Google? Either way, she was searching for her the year before.
Would it be in here?
I don't know, because I was trying to find her Google searches and I couldn't find them.
Let's type Google and see what comes up. What's this all about? Yeah, like it's like all the what drove me nuts is that when she like got all into the cloud, it multiplied or duplicated. What?
Huh?
Who said that? Okay, this is Coders Supplemental. Okay, this is Chris.
Mhm.
Okay.
It sounded like NK with all the likes.
Yeah, I was like, it's either him or her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mike Sanner. He put out a membership gift for
Aw.
5 people.
Mike Sanner is so kind.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Mike Sanner, and welcome, Rose Petal, Shelby, Susan, Carrie, and Ashriel. That is so amazing. I
It
know,
really
he
is.
is kind.
He really is.
He's a kind soul. Okay, so here's Coder. Is there any phones we can check? You want to be Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when they look at this, what's the best thing that they can do? I don't know, to say, look for these contacts, look for this Instagram, look for this Snapchat, you know?
So, like, the only thing on there that I would say is going to be weird because our contact list is the same.
Oh, you guys shared a contact?
Yeah, like every
Like through Google?
yeah. Like it's like I like all the what drove me nuts is that when she like got into this cloud, it multiplied or duplicated.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same person over and over again.
10 people over. Okay.
So we had the same contact list.
Okay, I'm going to run this out.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to keep going? Because this is kind of interesting. All right. So 3:30, 3387. And I really want them to just not physically rip this phone apart, but really dive in.
Okay.
And are you okay with that?
Yeah.
I bet you any money that that little bitch told Coder and them that he had her shit in a app.
And
Because he says, and I really want them to just not physically rip this phone apart, but really dive in.
yeah.
And he's like, okay. All righty. And then look at, what is all this missing redacted shit?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. Okay, I mean it. I'm going to hand this off to somebody.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back. Okay, password 3387, okay? Get that? 3387, right? Are there any other phones at home we can look at?
That's the only one that I know of. That's hers and mine.
Computers?
She had a laptop, but she barely uses it.
Okay, where's the laptop?
In the office.
At home?
Yep.
Okay, I think that, I'm sorry that I'm catching up here. This always happens. The police are the first people to get a call. Then when it's serious like this with missing kids, then a day or two later, we come in. So I'm sorry I'm playing catch up.
Mm.
It's okay though, so laptop at home, does it have a password?
I think I don't think so. It might, but that's the one she uses.
Okay.
That
You didn't?
just stays in her office.
Do you have any idea?
I have an idea what the password could be.
Redacted.
Redacted.
Okay.
It's like 4284915, capital S, lowercase w. That's their main password.
Who's there?
I don't know. Their main password.
Oh my God, I bet it's her and her parents.
Oh.
I bet you they're all on the same plan.
Connected. Mm-hmm.
4284915, capital S, C-A, and lower case W.
Yeah.
And we'll probably just have you bring that in for us. Is that okay? Okay, so like they don't have it now. The cops don't have it now? Okay, so laptops. Any other like a Fitbit? Is there tablets?
iPad, but I've not found that yet.
Does she have it?
I've not found it yet. If she has it, but I haven't seen it in the house.
Okay, so possibly she has it.
Possibly.
Okay, when did you buy that?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
And so is it a full-on iPad? Like,
Yep.
and you could use it to like
On Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, you could use it to navigate to an address?
You could text from it.
Oh, okay. So then if it's possible and she has it and she's somewhere hurt or somewhere that we can't find her, she can't, in other words, could we somehow track that? Does it have GPS?
It has to be connected to Wi-Fi for it to actually...
Redact. Oh, so it's not like a phone then? It's a...
No.
Okay.
She has a watch as well, but I've not found that either.
She has like a...
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch. Okay.
I've not.
Do you know where that is?
I have not found it.
Okay.
It's not on the charger.
And it's not at your house that you can tell. Okay. Do you think the password for the iPad's the same?
No. That would probably be 2385.
238. Is that common for her?
Yes.
And like...
On a 4-digit it is.
Okay. What about the Apple Watch?
2385.
2385? Okay. I don't have an Apple Watch. Is that one where you have to unlock it usually? Okay. And does she usually have a password? Redacted.
Oh, gosh. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On her phone, it's different because it's 6-digit, but...
Okay. What's her phone one?
It's going to be 013119.
0131. Is that a birthday or something then?
The next baby.
Oh.
Due date.
The due date. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Sure.
So she's, and again, this is probably something that the cops in the other room know about. If she's due in January, she's 4 or 5 months pregnant.
She was 15 weeks.
Okay, right. Did you guys know the sex of the baby?
We weren't going to tell anybody yet.
But do you know it?
Yeah.
Okay, but she knows it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's finish this and we'll get into more of this.
Okay.
All right. So we'll stop there, but that answers your question. I think we were talking about the other night. Did he know? I think it was Heather J. actually that asked if he knew the sex of the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like he did.
But how did they know the sex of the baby? Like, did they have an early sexing scan or something?
Well, yeah. Remember, they went to one of those places because it's in the discovery that they requested the sonogram disc.
Oh.
From the place. I remember reading that. But the part that I wanted to really bring up was Charlotte. Getting back to NK. There's a couple things here. So Nicole stated the following. You can still see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Learn to ask.
Because we don't tell you when you can't.
Okay. I'm going to put us over on the side. Summer's got a big old butt. Oh, yeah. Look at her. She's like, F you, mama. Whose butt you calling big? Yeah, they were supposed to have a gender reveal, Roxana. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which was canceled. All right. I think we've got some new members. Let's see who we've got. Potato.
How exciting.
I know. No, those are the ones that Mike gifted. Thank you, guys. We got 5 new ones.
Awesome.
Just from Mike. That is so freaking nice.
It's so cool.
All right. I'll check back periodically, though, you guys, because I want to get your input on this. So the first one is going to be, this is just stuff. Okay, that Nicole admitted to talking with her friend Charlotte about Chris and his children. And then Charlotte was later identified as Charlotte Nelson. And then when you go down, I inquired with Nicole about her friend Charlotte. A text message was located between Charlotte and Nicole that appeared to reference Nicole dating another person. Charlotte is engaged and is her closest friend. Nicole said she never dated any other person, and Chris would have no reason to think she was dating anyone else. And then the next one, this is what I never really noticed before. She denied having any conversations with anyone about Chris Watts, with the exception of her father and Charlotte Nelson. So that means she's claiming that she didn't tell Jim about Chris? I mean, what do you make of that? She only told her dad and Charlotte. Do we believe that? And then it says that Charlotte was sent a picture of Chris on August 7th. But Charlotte has not made the connection that Chris is the person involved in this case.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to just leave for a second.
No, it's okay. Nicole said this conversation was exclusive to her and Charlotte, and she never talked with Watts or anyone else about this information. Nicole asked Charlotte to not speak with the media. She said they did not specifically discuss Watts or this case. I spoke with Nicole about the text messages she had with Charlotte. Okay, now we have some texts. This is Charlotte. Where did you meet this man? This is on 8/12. Oh my God. I'm gonna throw
that
up.
was the Sunday.
That was the night.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the morning.
It
It was
was.
11 a.m. on Sunday before he went to the birthday party.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is Sunday, the 12th, 10:56 a.m. Charlotte, where did you meet this man? Nikki. 11:15. Ate me out one time. I don't know, man. Sean never. Oh, I got to click on it. It's not in its entirety. Okay. Here's the convo. Okay. Yeah, that's what it says, though. Okay, this is the first one. All right. I'll be Nikki. You be Charlotte.
Can you make it bigger? It's really small.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Is that better?
Yeah. I need to wait for my face to move again.
Okay, so this is a text message between Nikki and Charlotte. Some of the context is undecipherable. Based upon the numbers, it is difficult to say for sure if the texts are from Nikki or Charlotte, but the context lends to context in the author. So here's Nikki. Been kind of hanging out with a guy recently, keeping it a secret. Dude loves to eat pussy. Never met a man who does till now. I just let it happen. LOL.
Where did you meet this man?
It's kind of broken up, but this is 11:15. Ate me out one time. I don't know, man. Sean never.
Guys are lame with that stuff. I don't think it's you, man. Somewhat.
I feel like every dude I meet has kids these days. And if they don't, they have commitment issues or some BS like Sean. All right, that was at 11:17. Now Charlotte responds at 2:09.
109. Cute Meng. What is that? It's a package deal, though. What's the dude's name? Kids are.
I think she said kids are a package deal.
Oh, kids are.
That's awesome, Meng.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
MENG.
And then she says it again at 1321.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell does Meng
I
stand
have
for?
no idea.
I'm going to put Meng slang. I'm such a dork. It just means cute.
Sprout.
It actually is. Yes, a man.
What's up,
A
man?
man. A fucking man. What? The word Mang is slang to describe something disgusting or weird.
I have
It's
never heard
known
that.
in London.
What? Really?
A man walked past with a Sheffield United top on. That's just Mang.
Never heard of that.
Never.
Never.
Never ever have I heard that. That is so funny.
Meng.
Yeah. So it says cute in the very top one. So let's go back and read it again. Cute Mang. Oh, that's when she sent the picture of Chris Watts. She sent him a picture of Chris, her a picture of Chris. She said, cute Mang. It's a package deal, though. Because she just said, feel like every dude I meet has kids. And she says, it's a package deal, though. What's the dude's name? And then she says again, that's awesome, Mang. And then here's Nikki. Kids, the fact that he takes care of his kid. Oh, it's backwards.
Oh, that's why it doesn't make sense.
What's the dude's name? Kids are cute, Mang. It's a package deal, though.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Okay, so it's backwards.
Like, that's not confusing.
No. Okay, so yeah, that's not confusing at all. Okay. The fact that he takes care of his kids is a good thing, I think. He's all about his kids.
Oh no, I can't see it again. Hold on, give me a second.
She said, that's cool. How old are they? I don't know if there's a response from Nikki. How old is he? And then Nikki says 33, I think. I just feel like I will. Oh my God. This is that son.
This is the one. Yep.
And he works out. Wait, hold on. I got to go down to the very bottom. This is all Nikki. I think he really likes me. Haha. It's the best sex I've ever had. I'm hooked. Like, he seems too good to be true. Don't tell nobody. I haven't made up my mind on him yet. And he works out, so he's super sexy. I just feel like I will always be second place. Like he's been there, done that. It's early, though. We will see. He is very kind to me, though. The day of the murders.
Yep.
The day before the murders at 2:51 p.m. This is literally 13 hours before the murders.
And that's what she was thinking. She's never going to be number one in his life because he's a package deal. She's always going to be second. And
her friend is like, dude.
That's how they come.
Yep.
Yes, I would say that is what they were discussing in that phone call.
That was the day of the birthday party. So supposedly she was at the frickin' science museum with her family.
The day that she couldn't remember when she was asked what she was doing at the weekend.
Right. She was texting Charlotte about getting her poontang ate out.
And she originally said that she hadn't told anyone either. And then eventually said that she did tell her
So
friend.
now she's got it where she's only talked to Charlotte.
Charlotte.
And her daddy.
Yeah. going from
Weird.
telling no one. So she could have told other people.
And she didn't even tell Charlotte until the day before the murders.
I know.
Why would she decide to tell Charlotte the day that Shanann is coming home for good?
I think because it was playing on her mind. Shanann was coming home. He was going to be with her and the kids and stuff. She didn't like it.
Okay, I've got one other thing to read here. Okay. I asked Nelson for some context to that text, as it seemed that a man with kids may be a negative thing based upon the words in the text alone. See, he's giving Nelson out to explain that when she said, seems like every dude I meet has fucking kids or they have fucking commitment issues. She had kids right up there ranked with commitment issues.
Yep.
Like Sean. Sean liked to eat pussy, but he had commitment issues. Chris has kids, so that's his downfall. But now they're giving this Charlotte a chance to explain so they could put a follow-up to the context. I think we got the context just fine.
Oh yes.
But Nelson said that she does not think Kessinger was against him having kids, and Kessinger wants kids too. She has just had bad luck with men in her past. And then she says Kessinger wants to find someone, and when she does, it turns out the guy is lying or something. That's not what Kessinger said. She didn't say, they're all fucking liars. She said they have commitment issues.
Yeah. They either have kids or commitment issues.
Yep. Not that they lie or some other BS. Kessinger seems to take it upon herself and feel like she is picking on guys. Nelson encourages Kessinger that she'll find someone. Nelson does not think the quote BS part in the text was meant as a negative and that Kessinger felt a guy having kids was negative.
Well, it sounds pretty negative to me. People either have kids, commitment issues, or some bullshit. That sounds pretty negative.
Yeah, you're going to refer to kids as bullshit in a positive way?
Yeah. Uh-huh. I mean,
would
you're
have
grouping that all together in the same.
I would have loved to see this in a court of law. Like, how could BS referring to children ever be positive?
It's not.
Stupid. Nelson did not think that Kessinger actually met the guy's kids. She has no idea when or where Kessinger and the guy hung out together. Nelson figured that if it was working out, she would hear more about the guy from Kessinger. Kessinger did not tell Nelson anything about the guy's wife in their texts. But did she on the phone? I asked how Kessinger is doing. Nelson told me she's a mess and says she can't say much about the case. Nelson thinks Kessinger feels partially responsible. As maybe he went crazy because Kessinger came in the picture. Kessinger liked the guy. Yeah, I think she did. She was Googling wedding dresses for 3 hours.
Yep.
Nelson thinks Kessinger needs a good therapist. That's the only truth that Nelson...
I would say so.
That I agree with.
Yep.
So even her friend is saying to a cop, to an investigator, dude, my friend needs a good therapist.
And why would she say she needs a therapist as well?
Well, they're probably going to blame it on this whole situation that she's, suffering through this. I asked if there was any indication that Kessinger may want to maintain a relationship with the guy. Nelson said that Kessinger wants to cooperate in the fullest to make sure he stays in jail. I thanked Nelson for her time, and she agreed to send me screenshots of her texts with Kessinger. Again, here we are with screenshots. Nelson promptly got back with me on 9/6. You want to read that?
Oh God! Every time I touch it. Okay, 5 seconds.
It's okay.
Where is it? Oh, hi, Agent Galbraith. Is it Galbraith? Stacey
Galbraith.
Galbraith.
Yeah.
Galbraith. This is
Oh, wait,
Charlotte
hold on.
Nelson.
Hold on. Hold that thought. You guys have to see Doggy Cam. It's adorable right now. Oh my God.
Oh, she's got her paw on the back.
Isn't it cute?
Oh,
Like, I didn't want to say anything because
look
it
at
was,
them.
oh my God. Look at,
That looks so cute.
oh my God.
They're looking out the window together.
Oh my goodness. Sisters. Oh,
That's adorable.
it's so cute. I had to share. That's like picture perfect moment.
Oh, man. I love how she's just staying there as well.
She keeps looking like, leave us alone.
Oh.
Oh, you're gonna have to look at my big butt.
She just turned a butt on you.
Oh my gosh, that was adorable. All right, sorry. Little intermission for some puppy love.
Okay, where was I? Oh.
You were. Let me go down.
Hi.
Oh no. There you go. Hi,
there.
Agent
Yeah,
Galbraith.
that's there. Hi, Agent Galbraith. This is Charlotte Nelson. I'm looking through my phone, and the latest text messages I have from Nikki start on August 21st. And we mostly talk about my dad passing away and my family issues, and also that she is concerned about the media. I probably deleted the whole conversation when Nikki asked me to. When Nikki asked me to delete pictures we have together on Facebook because the media was calling her friends to get information. I know about the text messages we talked about because yesterday evening I got your voicemail, and when Nikki came over later that night, I told her you had called and that I wanted to verify that it was actually the CBI calling me and not a scammer trying to get information. I asked her why you would be calling me, and she said it could be because of the texts we exchanged, and then she showed me. I'm sorry I don't have any messages before that. Would you like me to still send you everything starting August 21st? Also, I left you a voicemail regarding a question I have. My question is if the text messages you have are going to be made public. I shared very personal information about mine and my boyfriend's intimate life, and I am concerned about what will be released. Please let me know or call me for any more questions.
I responded, stand by on text from the 21st. Let me consult my partner. Thank you for getting back on the matter. On 9/7, I attempted to clarify this with Nelson. I asked her why you would be calling me, and she said it could be because of the text we exchanged, and then she showed me. What? So the investigator said, why would you be calling me? What?
I asked her why you would be calling me.
And she said it could be because of the text we exchanged, and then she showed me. I texted Nelson and called her. The phone went straight to voicemail like it was off. 9/7 Nelson responded. She showed me the old text messages on her phone the night before last. On 9/5 when she was here at my house. She doesn't want to talk to him, but she'll text him. We had went to Verizon earlier on that same day so she could get a new phone since the one she had wasn't working well. It must be that the messages were backed up and transferred over to the new phone. Baumhover is in possession of the phone of Kessinger, and potentially the text will exist in it upon execution of a search warrant. Text message packet provided for review. So they had to get a warrant?
Mm-hmm.
Crime scene photographs are attached. See how they do that? Like they're talking about Charlotte and then it's like crime scene photos.
Yeah, they go to something completely different.
Here's her title. Occupation, quality control Safety, alias Nikki. Created a law enforcement support packet for Christopher Watts' girlfriend, Nicole Kessinger. This is Jillian Ganley. Kessinger is the girlfriend of Chris Watts. This support packet was created so CBI, Frederick PD, and FBI agents could locate and attempt to interview her. She didn't go to them. Look, on 8/15, that would have been Wednesday.
Yep.
And the reason they did it was to find her, locate and interview her.
Mm-hmm.
I researched criminal and public data sources to determine current address of subject, current contact info, employment history, and criminal history. They found her ass because the dude from Anadarko found their emails and said they might have something going on.
Mm-hmm. But they made it seem like she's the one who reached out
willingly.
To them.
Yes.
So why would she be guilty of anything? Because she went to them. But then that says in here that they were looking for her.
Lies. Jillian Ganley researched her public data to find her address, contact, and where she freaking worked. Even though they knew she was Anadarko. But they hadn't talked to her and she hadn't come to them.
That's so bad.
It is really bad. Okay, so she completed searches in all these things, including Colorado courts, Facebook, and Instagram. The information found was forwarded to Kirby Lewis, FBI analyst Liz Davison, and Kevin Kobach, CBI, and further decimated from there. So Jillian Ganley got all this shit and handed it over to them.
Isn't Kobach the one who did the first interview with her as well?
Yes.
I'm so interested. He had all that information.
Well, he did the first interview.
Reached out.
Yeah,
but she supposedly reached out to them.
Yeah, when they met at the park. It sounded like she called them and wanted to meet at the park to give the information she had to talk. Bull.
But he already
had to find
her info.
Her. Okay, and then on 9/21, per Kirby Lewis, CBI Supplemental 38 is not completed as it contains a timeline of events and additional investigation is ongoing on September 21st.
What investigation?
When did they announce that they had found there was a plea?
I cannot remember.
Let's Google it. November 6th. Hang on. That was the sentencing, November 6th. Oh no, November 19. He had a status hearing on November 19. And then remember, it was like, oh, we're doing an emergency hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had that Tuesday, November the 9th. Okay. Look at this load of horse shit. Rourke said he explained the extraordinary delays that are seen in current death penalty cases, including the Nathan Dunlap case, and that the Rusicks wanted a quicker resolution in the case.
The Rusicks wanted it.
They wanted a quick resolution. Well, I mean, what victim's family wouldn't? But
you'd want it done properly.
Yeah, you'd want it done where your daughter doesn't look like she did anything, right? Take it to trial, clear my daughter's name.
Exactly.
Rourke said that to me was the most important consideration in deciding how to proceed with this case. Rourke blamed Governor John Hickenlooper for his stance on the death penalty, which Hickenlooper has refused to carry out while he's in office. As part of the reason for going to North Carolina. Part of the reason. To discuss the plea options with Shanann's family. Part of the reason. What was the other part he went out there for? If he didn't go out there the whole reason to discuss Chris and his sentence, what the fuck did he go out there for?
Yeah,
what was the other
else
reason?
Was it?
So I want to know.
Would you like to expand on that information?
Yes, could you please expand on that? Objection. Oh, and here's this. Rourke said he was saddened that he had to meet the Rusek under such circumstances of their daughter's and granddaughter's deaths, and said he would give the family time to decide how they wanted to proceed with Watts' sentencing. What do you mean? Give the family? I thought they already decided they didn't. What? I thought the reason he took the plea was because they weren't going to give him the death penalty. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what?
So was this meeting he had with them when they said that they didn't want him to have the death penalty?
Hold on, I got to let her out of here. 2 seconds. Good God almighty. This place is a zoo. Okay. Yeah, so go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying about it?
Did he go out to see them to discuss whether they wanted to go for the death penalty, and the result was that they wanted to do plea deal? Like, was this around the same time? Because he's saying that he wanted to.
Yeah, because that's when they were out.
Proceed.
Yeah, when they were out there, I guess that's when they met with the Watts as well.
Yeah.
They flew out there and they met with the Watts and they said, "Hey, Watts family, we're going to save your son's life."
Mm-hmm.
Well, the defense flew out there, I should say. Not Rourke. But they probably were all on the same fucking flight.
Yeah.
Rourke and his compadre went to the Ruseks, and then the defense's team went to the Watts, and they're all on the same payroll. How about that?
Yep. Yeah. All had the same aim.
Oh, we've got a super sticker. Let's see. Sally Dredger. Thank you, Sally. It says pair character rolling on the floor laughing.
I love how it's got a description of the sticker.
I know, it's so funny. The about page. Okay, you guys are having a problem getting the membership link. That's a huge problem because we're members only chat. So what you do, and I'm going to grab it real quick. You go to the main page. There's a join. If you're on your phone though,
yeah, you can't.
I don't know if there's a different link, but you don't see that join button when you're on your phone, unfortunately. But I'm going to give you guys the membership link right now. Yeah. And I'm sorry that it was hard to find.
It sucks that they make it really difficult on a phone as well.
Yeah, it's like they should have a join button right there in the chat, like right where you can super chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like we're always looking for the link to the membership because it's not easily accessible.
And the one for iPhones is slightly different as well.
Okay, so there you go. Look at now we all put it in there. So there's 2 different ones. So one should work for phone and one should work for. Oh my God, Carrie. Wait. I'm taking it off, doggy. Okay. Thank you so much, Carrie. Pair character looking at himself in the mirror saying, "Thanks for being you," with hearts popping out of his eyes, looking ass. Thank you, Carrie. Though. That is cute. Thank you for being you, Carrie. Thank you. We've got links in chat. You guys should be all set now. I think if you subscribe, then you do see the join button. I think you're right. Informer. She's always informing us. Yeah. Okay. So police arrested Watts on the night of the 15th. Prosecutors said they believe Watts killed the three inside the family's home in Frederick, citing high-ranking sources. This is dated what day? November 6th. This would haven't, sometimes like an earlier date and then it says like updated on.
Yeah.
I want to know when they originally talked about the plea deal, though. I thought this would give us a date. Rourke said at the afternoon news conference that Watts was a liar and that he had falsely tried to shine the spotlight on Shanann. Don't you love how he used that? Shine the spotlight on Shanann for allegedly killing their daughters. The spotlight shines directly where it belongs, on him, he said, adding that prosecutors did not believe that Watts could truly give them a truthful and accurate statement. Then why'd they go back? Why'd they go back?
Yeah, because they had
And that's why he added that. Oh, because he killed them all. He's a liar. He killed them all. We don't need him to say it. We know.
It's not enough, though.
No. I think talk of a plea deal came in early September, if I remember correctly.
I think they would have jumped right in there with it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. They let him sit there for a couple weeks, I think. And then the other weird thing is the prosecution team or defense team going in the house after it was released as a crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't they in there when it was still a crime scene?
Uh-huh. And why was it released when they hadn't been in there? It was all done so quick. Like there wasn't time for anything to happen properly. It was processed. Or was it even processed? I mean, the defense went in there and was like, there's nothing here. No markers, nothing.
And the other thing that still bothers me is that they swabbed Shanann's neck for DNA, but not the girls.
Mm-hmm. And why not? Because it was requested and the judge denied it. Like, shouldn't it just be done as part of the process?
Well, that's
anyway?
what I'm saying. Like, why would they do it for one and not all three?
Uh-huh.
That's why I think it's so sus, because if they didn't do it for Shanann, I'd be like, okay, that's probably just not standard protocol. And that's why they had to ask the judge to make an order for that. But the fact that they did it for Shanann, but didn't do it for the girls, I don't think they should have had to order that.
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't all three done in the same fashion, just in case?
Yeah, just so there's no questions afterwards.
Because they knew whose fingerprints would be on the girls. I don't know. Mm-hmm. If it was Chris, why not prove it was Chris? Mm-hmm. Why not fucking do it? Show us his DNA all over them. What's it gonna hurt?
I don't know.
Okay, so then this is Mark Jameson, and I don't want to get into that, but let's put camera app. Ooh. Quite a few.
I wonder if they only swabbed Shanann's neck because they knew that she'd been strangled and they knew the girls hadn't been.
But how did they know for sure?
I don't know. Was it after they'd done the autopsies? I don't know. Or during? It would be during again.
Yeah, I mean, they would have done it during. You would think that they would be swabbing that before conducting, that I don't know what order,
That's
but
what I would think before going in.
like who made the decision not to if they did it for the one? I don't know.
Mm.
How do we know? I don't know. It's just like, how do you know that? Why would the defense even ask for something from the girl's neck?
Because that's what he said, isn't it?
Just in case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're going into who is James Addy? Oh, James. Okay, Addie mentioned Chris told her a neighbor. He's so stupid. Chris told Addie, hey, my neighbor's got a security camera pointed at my house. While talking to several residents in the area, we were able to locate several houses with a Ring doorbell. I contacted a young Travis, unknown date of birth, who was able to provide me with camera footage from the Wyndham Hills subdivision's public pool. Requested anyone with home security cameras. Okay. What is this? I think that's NA, right? Coming for the news thing.
It looks like it, yeah.
They were surveilling his house that whole time, front and back.
Yep.
Okay, look at this. Bakes took video, handheld, using his Axon body camera, of a reenactment scenario requested earlier by the investigatory team that I participated in.
A reenactment?
Reenactment. I think that was when they had the doll on the bed and they were acting like they were
yeah, that reenactment. I remember that now.
I've never read about the reenactment.
No.
But let's see what it has to say. Various evidentiary items were collected, including bedding and related items. A video baby monitor with 2 accompanied cameras were collected. While on scene, Sergeant Bakes took video of a reenactment scenario requested earlier by the investigatory team that I participated in. The perspective of the video taken was a close-up of the baby monitor video screen located in the master bedroom. Clothes were collected, a laptop was collected, photographs were taken. All items were immediately transported back to the police department and entered into evidence. On August 16th, the front door was locked and I released the scene. Okay. Like, what's this crap? What? Did you ever hear about this? Family heating at AOL.com. On August 19th at 11 a.m., the Frederick Police Department received 4 emails from family heating at AOL.com. The emails were sent to the department's email address. I reviewed the narrative of the first email and it reads exactly as follows. I don't know her helpful, but my ex-caregiver husband works for a company she calls ASCO. I can only assume it's the company. Okay, this person must be disabled. They have a caregiver.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how helpful, probably is what she meant, but my ex-caregiver's husband works for a company she calls ASCO. I can only assume it's the company Chris Watts worked for. She said she was having an on and off affair with one of the guys that recently was dismissed, and her husband was up for his job. She is very promiscuous, and that is not out of character. She said a guy named Chris, she'd been talking to, coming back. This was back in May. They spoke through the Calculator private message app of phones.
So is she talking about NK?
Wait, what? No.
Was she talking about somebody else?
Yes, the woman's name is Heidi Ferris. Stop. Calculator? This was on the 19th of August. No one knew about the freaking calculator.
Calculator app. From
Heidi
May.
Ferris. It just sounded all too familiar. Not to share, as this really sounded like the guy she spoke of. She said he was married, had 2 kids. She wasn't looking for anything serious, but most of these men are with her. She also talks to them on Facebook, but mostly the hidden text app. This may be the affair that is said to be something you may want to check out. Heidi Ferris lives in Falcon, Colorado, but has slept with, by her own account, half the company and used to work there. God. She also has been seen with Randy M., utility workers, and tattoo artists, and many others. But when I saw this and that he worked for ASCO, as they call it, I knew I needed to say something. It's worth a check. She may now have erased many messages, but if you have his phone, I'd check that app. It's a calculator, but if you put a special code in, it becomes a text app. Good luck, and may this poor family rest in peace.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm partially blind. My
person?
typing skills are horrible. Hope you get the gist. Then they followed up with 2 pictures. Information for Dan Ferris, superintendent of AZCO. And also contact information for AZCO, a pipe and fabrication company that appears to be a subcontractor for Anadarko.
Oh, yikes.
I printed out hard copies of all the emails and placed them in the case file. But look what he says about it. The email's hard to read and at times doesn't make sense. Additionally, there was no contact info attached. Name, phone number, address, etc. Dude, it's an AOL address. Fucking get a hold of AOL, America Online, and find out who owns Family fucking Heating. Because now I want to Google Family Heating. And I'm going to. Okay, so what are the odds that there was a hussy that worked at Anadarko, slept with half of the company, and this woman who's partially blind went out of her way to email Frederick to tell them about this info and happened to mention a calculator app. Is this one of fucking Nicole's names? Heidi Ferris?
I can't even remember that name.
Dude.
Did I even hear about that name? Did you know that name?
No, I've never heard the name Heidi Ferris ever.
How did we miss that?
Partridge Family. Oh, no, that's in New Hampshire. Oh, shit. I just put Family Heating at AOL, but what's her? Heidi Ferris. And I'm not doxing because
it's in the discovery.
They did. Growing Green Hearts. King Supers. Oh, God. Do I even want to look? Heidi Ferris, Growing Green Hearts. It's all Earth shit. Michelle Obama. You guys.
Don't know.
Potato.
Maybe back out of that one.
No, I can't back out now. I can't back out. Okay. What is chat saying? Farm it. She doesn't even spell pharmacy right.
April's never heard that name.
Says she worked at King Supers. Like, why would you go from Anadarko to King Supers? That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't look like anyone remembers that name.
Nobody remembers that name.
How weird.
There's one that used to live in Colorado. There's Reddit posts about it.
CW's other girl.
Let's go to Google Images. Oh. It won't let me click on it. Baby, 4 years ago.
Oh no, no. Stop.
Wait, what? Baby? Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Under the Sea Nursery. What did they decorate the baby's room with? Did they?
Did they
have a baby's room? Oh, they didn't yet. Okay. Happily ever after. No. Wedding cakes. Okay. We don't even know if this is the girl. Let's get out of here. This girl kind of looks like Shanann, but blonde. Does she not?
That picture a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I guess it's not really her. I don't know what it is about her. Okay. All she's sharing is Ray-Bans. I don't know, but that's really weird that this blind lady emailed about her. 4 different emails.
Yes.
Okay, this is the Growing Green Hearts. I don't think this is her.
No.
Same name. I don't think that would be her, though. Oh, boy. I think this is our girl. Yep. Ooh, she's active, too. Still. Let's go back to her Pinterest 3 years ago. Or 4 years ago, rather. Oh, check the knives.
Oh, my gosh.
It says Ryan's house.
I know.
Okay. Vegas. I don't see anything weird, but photos of me. Weird. Okay, let's look at photos of her real quick. Where'd it go? Oh. This is her for real? No.
No, that's
people that she thinks look like her.
Yeah, I don't understand Pinterest.
I
really don't. I don't use it.
I don't use it either.
Like what people just, I don't know, put on loads of pictures of other stuff. I don't get it.
Wait.
Pin boards and stuff.
I don't get that either. I don't know what this Heidi Ferris is all about, man.
But she worked at Anadarko.
She worked for a
Did she?
contractor.
For Anadarko.
Yes, that contracted with Anadarko.
A bit like Nicole.
Yes. They probably contracted, a lot of employees. But dude, that's just, I don't know.
It's just strange.
It's just very strange.
And also strange that no one's heard of her name.
I know.
How?
I don't know. We really need Maligator to been verified her. I think it's this chick that she's talking about though. Oh, let's look up Dan. Dan Ferris. Oh, right here. There's that girl. There they are. No, that's not him. That was him and that girl, though. Did you see it or no? Over here on the right?
Yeah.
That's that same girl. Ferris family donates $100K. Mesa County, Colorado. What? Is that her?
Kind of looks like her. That dude next to her is so tall.
Super tall. So is the guy next to him. They look like damn basketball players.
So tall. Poor guy.
And this was just in April. Oh, shit.
Ooh. Does that look like the same person?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea if that's her, but it says Ferris family. Hold on, let's see. Lighthouse Project to keep youth out of the justice system and in school. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting, huh?
Very.
I'm just like, Heidi Ferris. I don't know. Am I getting in a hole now? Tell me this isn't her. Oh my God, look who wrote the damn article. I'm done.
Mullins.
David Mullen.
Is that a sign to back out?
You're right. Abort mission.
Just go back to Discovery.
Oh, this is Ashley Ferris. No, this is her like sister or daughter. Because look how similar they look. She was wounded in the abdomen. Wow. Lakewood, that's right outside of Denver. That's where my son used to live. She was involved in a shooting. Weird.
Oh my gosh.
Damn. And that was just this past December. Okay, we are getting in a rabbit hole. Because now we're looking at Heidi Ferris's possible sister. Okay, so that is very weird, though. Oh, it said
so
Falcon, Colorado. And then she mentions a Randy M. So I don't know. I guess take it for what it's worth. They didn't obviously do anything with that. Too coincidental with the calculator app to me.
Yeah, really is. Why wouldn't they look into that?
Okay, who's Jason Evans? Okay, I'll read it. On August 27th, the 27th at 2:15, Sergeant Bedsall asked Officer Dahl to respond to 6432 Saratoga Trail and talk with Jason Evans. Oh, he had like surveillance on his
A
house.
neighbor. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then they miraculously had a camera in the interview room
Yeah,
that
malfunctioned.
malfunctioned. Then they had to move the rooms. Right. Okay. Bullshit. As NK says, BS.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything that I wanted to go over before we get into. We haven't even gotten to Dr. Phil yet.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is right here. Let me see if there's something right ahead of it. Case investigative activity report, Egan. No. Okay. This says Holy Coventry had a Facebook message read this morning. Mike lives what? In Hill at what?
Mm-hmm.
11:21 a.m. Monday morning, heard gunshot or loud car backfire, concerned her enough to take a picture of the clock. Another call, Alan Duffy has cadaver dogs that are amazing. Offered for free. Jamie Watts talking to media. Stated she shouldn't be talking and hung up. Mother of Shanann called, really wants luggage. Upstairs searched. Has been untouched since trip. What is all this stuff? Tag Mama Mimi. What is all this stuff?
I don't know.
It says freaking Mimi.
Yeah.
That's what they called Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all broken up, like defragmented or something. Look at all this emptiness. I mean, as I scroll page after page after page, you have to wonder, jam? The word jam is the only thing on this page. Why does this say Vegas? Went to Vegas.
Don't know, because they redacted everything.
I don't know.
Why
Well,
they
that
leave
one girl.
little bits in? They leave
But
little
look at all
bits in all
these.
the stuff they redacted.
And look at all these pages. Like, I'm just going and going and going.
And then there's random words between them.
Right. Foam. It's just bizarre.
I wonder if they're pictures.
Oh, maybe. It's hard to really even be able to tell. I never really looked at these pages.
Mm-mm.
Bomb. Mama. Oh, I think these might be posts like my heart. Remember how she would like put, maybe these are like emojis. Yeah, emojis like come
Yeah,
up as
maybe.
question marks.
Mm-hmm.
But all of this crap, it's like you just keep going and going and going. Swami. Okay, so we're done with that. We're at the be on the lookout. But isn't that weird that the camera app was, or not, the calculator app was actually mentioned like that in that random email? It's so bizarre.
Something so specific like that as well. I mean, that app's designed for hiding stuff. You don't want people to see. For it to be used twice by someone who wouldn't know that he'd been using it with NK.
Dude, it's really kind of, yeah. I feel like, hey guys, I feel like that's just way too coincidental. Like the same company, the same app,
Yeah.
affairs.
From May as well.
May. And the funny thing is, Shanann went out of town in April. The end of April, beginning of May, when she went to New Orleans. I just don't see him as being that type. But man, I didn't see him doing this with Nicole either. So,
who knows? I mean, people don't really know what goes on with people either. Like,
right?
There's no way of
it's
knowing.
Those quiet ones.
Got to watch the quiet ones.
Them's are the ones you got to worry about, they say. All right, let's get on the Dr. Phil. I'm sorry. Here I am babbling and going on, but it's also intriguing, you know?
It is. Well, yeah, if you weren't digging through the discovery, we still wouldn't know who Heidi Ferris is.
I know, Heidi Ferris.
I can't believe of all the times that we've been through discovery and stuff that I never noticed that name.
He got with Nicole supposedly in June.
And she started at Anadarko in April, apparently.
Yeah, but the discovery says otherwise, that she searched Shanann in September 2017 and then searched Chris in January. Or was it vice versa? I know there was a September and a January.
Yeah, it was Shanann in September. Yep. And they tried to say it was a typo, but it wasn't a typo.
Wedding dresses, anal sex, three-ways. Who were they going to have a three-way with? You're either going to get someone off one of those gross apps or Jim. And Jim was coming to visit. Or Heidi Ferris.
Oh my gosh.
Heidi Fleiss. Whoa, that is so weird.
What?
Yeah, a typo. Like, no one typed that out, did they? Wasn't that like a report from
it was pulled.
A digital report?
Yeah, it was the digital report. No one typed that information in.
It's not like they look at it and like sit at a typewriter and
retype
retype it all up. Oh, typo. We ran out of correction tape.
No, well, that's what they tried to say to start with, wasn't it? And then they were like, well, we can't really say that because it's digital evidence.
Wait a minute. Did we just get a new member? I have to come back to the live. We have 272 of you peeps watching.
Awesome.
Oh, I love you too, Angie. She's been a reverter Ange. Sorry, I read that wrong. Ange and Angie B. I get them confused sometimes. Yes, we did. Ultra Dark CEO became a Robertolino.
Awesome.
Welcome. Hello, Mr. Positive.
Mr. Positive.
10 new members.
Wow.
So you got 10 new members, Dork. Thank you guys. I'm missing it all. She was using Jim to try to make Chris jealous. Yeah, I love Juice. I agree. She tried to downplay the shiz and they let her play right into it. Thank you for joining Ultra Dark.
Yep.
I'm truly taken aback. I didn't think that you'd actually join. I was giving him a hard time last night. I think it was last night. I don't know. I've been live
was.
every day, and it's like,
Yeah, no. It was last night.
like I think the days just kind of melt into one another. Savannah is a new member. Savannah. Oh, Savannah. I don't think that's the name in the song, but it's Rosanna, I think.
It is now.
It's Savannah now.
Savannah has her own song now.
Love you. We're going to have to do like name that tune one night. Remember we talked about doing that with lyrics, like reading the lyrics, and we never have done it.
Or songs that you've always sang with the wrong lyrics and didn't realize till you're older that they're actually wrong. Like Snow Song, Licky Bum Bum Now. Or Licky Bum Bum.
Can you say that again? Leaky Bum Bum Now?
That's what Heather J thinks it is. Leaky Bum Bum.
Oh, leaky? Like it leaks?
Yeah.
Ew. Like
and I
you
thought
have a
it was
leaky bum?
And I thought it was Licky Bum Bum Now. So
it
those two together is just kind of gross.
Either way, it doesn't sound too appetizing.
No.
Well, thank you everyone who has joined. Julie Labrador, I think you're new. Hopefully none of you have leaky bum bums.
Bundy's a poop butt.
Bundy's a mama's boy. What's the first one? Rumpkin. All right,
Bundy's
let's get to Dr. Phil. Hopefully Dr. Phil doesn't. Hey, if the screen goes black and it says something about the stream, just stay and we'll see if it comes back on. Dr. Phil is on me like white on rice. Every time I've tried to play this episode, I have gotten shut down. So we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, that's our live. What am I doing? Good Lord. Sweet cheeks.
Is it playing?
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear it.
I saw it moving, but I couldn't hear it.
Okay, well, it didn't even play for a minute, so we're getting better. We're getting better. I think we were
noticed.
You noticed at 35 seconds.
I am proud of myself.
I can see you. Colleen is on Facebook. She said, "Can anyone see my comments?" We can.
I love how it shows the Facebook ones as well. Like everyone's in the same chat.
I know, it's cool. Welcome, sweet cheeks. Okay, so you could not hear Dr. Phil. I know.
Nope.
You know, am I going to have to do what I did last time? Let me check, because I already know what the problem is. I don't know if it just keeps defaulting back or what.
Yeah, because I heard it earlier.
Oh, you did? When we first signed on in this session? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Maybe I just need to reshare. Okay, maybe I just need to reshare. Because I've had it just sitting there. So let's see if it works. All right, tell me if you can hear it.
Seem like the perfect family.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. We have sound. Oh, who do we have? Prepper 101. Wait a minute. Where is he? Prepper says, I'm on my... He's so funny. I'm on MySpace. Can anyone see my comments? Hi, Prep. Good to see you.
MySpace.
Gosh. He's so funny. He always talks about his mother-in-law. Happy birthday, Prepper. Or should I say Merry Christmas, Prepper? Ultra Dark said, I just sent a $500 donation on ICQ. Did you get it? Yeah. Uh-oh. I remember that stupid program. Do you remember ICQ?
Mm-mm.
Every time someone would send you a message on ICQ, it would go, uh-oh. Just like that.
Never heard of it.
Just like that. Just like that. All right, I'm going to take the chat away. Let's watch Dr. Phil. I've never heard of it. They didn't have it in Britain.
4 going on 5. But now all hope of seeing them together again, alive, is dead.
I've never heard
Chris
Dr.
has
Phil
confessed
be so
to
ominous.
a violent confrontation. He claimed he witnessed his wife murdering their children in cold blood and then killed her in a fit of grief and retaliation. He led police to the bodies. What was left of Shanann, Bella, and Celeste is found concealed in a shallow grave and in 2 oil tanks on a desolate oil field where Chris worked. Now Shanann's handsome husband, the father of her children, Chris Watts, has been arrested and sits behind bars, accused of murder. At every turn, police continued to uncover shocking new twists. They had the bodies and a confession, but from the start, police doubted Chris's outlandish story. He's already proven himself to be less than credible. In the days following the discovery of Shanann...
Okay, this is just a random fun fact. This picture was taken at the Bubba Gumps that I went to with Ronnie. And when we were in there, he recalled being there with them. And then when I was watching this earlier, I was like, oh my God, that's Bubba Gumps. And then it like dawned on me. There was other photos of them there too. Mm-hmm. That was when they were there visiting.
That's sad.
Sad. It's real sad.
And the children, investigators would continue to try to piece together the puzzle of what actually happened to them. And America could not get enough of this terrible story that was both salacious and terrifying. Now, why would there be such an appetite for this? Why would people be so interested in it? Because this happened in Anywhere, USA, to any family USA. This wasn't a fringe family. These weren't people that lived on the edge that you would look at and say, yeah, I can believe that. Now, you would look at this family and say, wow, if this could happen to this family, it could happen to any family, and that is unsettling. People wanted to know how, why, what happened. I know that because people stopped me on the street and asked, and the questions were not rhetorical. They really wanted to know what is happening in this world. How can this occur? A lot had happened in Chris Watts' life during that week-long period in August. His family was dead. An extramarital affair had been exposed. He had been arrested. Chris's interview, filmed at the home he once shared with his wife and children, had gone viral. In the blink of an eye, America's new Scott Peterson. Reporters were eating up the story, noting that Chris may have looked like a silver fox, but he was really a wolf in sheep's clothing. Chris Watts had become America's most hated father.
A silver fox. His wording in this is so cheesy.
I was thinking that as a silver fox.
I know. I've never heard him referred to as a silver fox.
Right away, the investigation pulled back the curtain on a crumbling marriage that may have led to murder. Behind the cheery family photos and bubbly social media posts, there was a deep, hidden resentment, tension, and strife. And on examination, all of those posts were one-sided. They were all put up by Shanann. They were not put up by Chris.
Ooh.
Maybe because Chris...
He put her on blast.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
I've never paid that close attention. Look how mad Bella looks looking at the camera like, stop.
Yeah.
Let me just play.
Camera.
Was too busy having an affair. There were money issues, and Chris was worried about the financial strain of yet a third child and what it would cause. His feelings were We're not making it with 2 children to feed, clothe, and raise, and now there's a 3rd one on the way? But more importantly was an emotional divide between Chris and Shanann, and it had left Shanann distraught in the days leading up to her disappearance. Had their troubles made Chris feel desperate for a way out, desperate enough to kill? So many questions remain. Did Chris's mistress, Nicole, know more about his marital situation than she had let on?
What?
Did she have any idea that Chris would soon end the lives of the people who loved him the most? And Chris was about to come clean with what really happened to his family. The story of Chris and Shanann Watts, well, it wasn't over. In fact, it was just starting to unfold. And I have a sneaking suspicion that made some people really nervous. And that's what's coming up on this episode.
That made some people really nervous.
I wonder who he could be referring to.
I don't know, man. This is some creepy shiz. Creepy shiz.
Creepy.
We see you, Colleen. I think it's interesting. He's putting all this out there. I can't remember what date this aired, though.
Episode of The Devil Beside Me. The Chris Watts story. Husband, father, killer. Last episode
The
about
music
Chris's
is so
mistress, Nicole Kessinger.
ominous.
Now, Chris and Nicole met
I
at
can't
work,
see the video,
and
by the way. I
sparks
can
flew.
see us.
They soon began.
I can't see the video. I
It's
can
not
see
really
us.
a video. It's really just audio. There's photos. Oh, it's small.
Yeah, it's like cutting off half of it. There we go.
It's not really a video. Like, it's not an episode. It's just the audio of an episode. This is someone else's photo they put together. So that's why I was showing it like that. I'll do it like that. There's really not much to see.
Began an affair, but according to Nicole, she was not aware that this was an affair, or that she was the mistress, that she was the other woman. She says she thought she was dating a guy who was in the midst of a mostly amicable divorce. Once news of Shanann's disappearance spread, Nicole had gone to police of her own free will to speak to them about her involvement with Chris. But was she a hero in this story? Or is it possible, like Shannann's parents believe to this day, that she tried to help Chris, and when it all started coming unraveled, when it all started hitting the wall, she got scared and bailed? Was she actually helping him and got cold feet and decided, save yourself, girl? She was never arrested or charged. However, is there more than meets the eye with Nicole? Sure, she had been helping police. It seemed like she was on their side and not her lovers. She had told them all about Chris and Shannann's many issues. She told them Chris had confided in her that he was no longer in love. She said he talked about living alone. She basically handed them his motive on a silver platter. But Nicole also told police she had no idea that Chris and Shanann were expecting a baby number 3. She says as far as she knew, their marriage was kaput. Now, there are thousands of armchair detectives who passionately followed this story who just were not satisfied with that explanation, and they never said it. But it appeared to people following the case closely that the police weren't exactly satisfied with that explanation either. Let's be real. In today's world, all it would have taken were a few clicks of Nicole's mouse or a scroll on her phone to find Shannann's Facebook and Instagram pages. Everyone knows that if you're single and you meet someone this day and age, the first thing you do is go check out their social media platform.
How many times have we said that?
Right. Well, you do. Everyone does it.
It's automatic.
It's so easy to do it as well. Why wouldn't you?
And you know what? Another thing, like a step further, women always want to look at the other woman too. Like if she said, oh, we're getting divorced. Oh, I want to see what his wife looks like.
Yep.
just strictly out of curiosity. I want to see what his family looks like.
She was 100% looking.
Before Watts knew she was looking.
Yeah.
That's what's scary.
Yep. The year before.
Must have been when Sean decided he didn't want to go downtown. She was frustrated with old Sean. Sean was like, I ain't going downtown, babe.
She's like, fine, I'll find someone who will.
I'll start looking at work. They have their heads in oil tanks. How much worse can it get?
Forms. You go look them up online and find out
potatoes.
Not only who they are today, but who they've been before you met them. And if they have an ex, you're going to know about it, and you go right to their page too. You are just straight up lying if you claim you don't. I don't believe that for a second. And this wasn't an ex. This is somebody that tells you, I'm still married. We're getting a divorce. Well, you know what? Anybody with any self-awareness is going to say, really? Well, let me just go look and see what was posted yesterday, what was posted last week. If you're telling me this is an amicable divorce and that you're really separated, you're living under one roof purely for financial reasons, then that's going to be reflected on these social media platforms because there's going to be some individuality. We're not going to be seeing all this togetherness, all these family interactions. You're not going to see this wife sitting in the husband's lap. You're not going to be seeing all this togetherness. Anyone can figure this out if you take a look. If Nicole were to have checked out either Chris or Shannon's social media, nothing would have indicated that there was a divide, and certainly not that there was a looming divorce. In fact, Shannon was frequently posting about how excited she was to add to her family nest. She was always posting about how much she loved her husband, loved her life. Is it really plausible that Nicole didn't do a little digging, really not even digging, just clicking on her new man and his soon-to-be ex? Just think, put yourself in that situation. What would you do? And then tell me if you find what she sells.
We know what we would do. We'd be looking.
You start falling for somebody. He's transparent enough to say, look, I'm married.
Say it again.
Said especially the amount that Shannon was posting, it would make you go back and keep on looking.
Yep. Because, you're so right.
Yeah. And
she posted. Oh my God. That must have drove NK berserk.
Yeah. But just imagine it. Like I can imagine seeing all these posts and things. I would be back every day.
Oh yeah. Waiting to see, is he going to be in one of them?
Yeah.
And if so, what's he going to be doing?
And she first started looking in 2017. So I think she was looking the whole time. I can't imagine that she would search for Shannon in 2017 and then never go back to it.
I wonder if she had been flirting with him in his Dumas, never even noticed it until Shannon was gone.
Yeah. Very possible.
I mean, really, he always says if she hadn't left, none of this would have happened. And if you think about it, if she was looking at him from way back then, she had to have been throwing out hints. He just didn't know what they were because he never had girlfriends. He had never.
She makes it more obvious so that he realizes that she's interested.
I can't. I think she made it where they had a direct interaction via work. Well, Charlie, she looked up Amber Fry. That's correct. But if she followed like crime and stuff, she would know who she was. But I don't know. I mean, she could have went a step further and, typed in mistresses book deals, but she put Amber Fry specifically, unless someone told her that.
Well, that's what I thought. Someone could have mentioned it to her. And then she was looking up who's Amber Fry. Like maybe she didn't know who it was.
She's kind of young to know about Scott Peterson. Like to know Amber Fry's name.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going.
Sort of. it's really all over with. The legal system, that crank turns really slow. We're very amicable about this. It's all settled. We're just waiting for the wheels of justice to turn. And you say, I'm fine with that. But are you telling me you're not going to go click just out of curiosity to learn about your new man? You're telling me you're not curious enough to go find out if everything he's telling you is true? Police may have had the same thought. They may have thought, well, maybe she's not saying everything she knows, because as they continued to investigate Chris, they started looking into Nicole as well. She's supposedly their advocate. She's supposedly their inside track of what's going on. And they're talking to her. They're encouraging her. Can I get you something to drink? Have a seat. Let's chat. But she's not out the door before they're checking on her as well. And they found that while she was being very forthcoming about certain things, she wasn't necessarily telling the whole story. They found out that she was deliberately holding some things back. They asked her to turn over her phone. She was hesitant. She eventually handed her device over to investigators. And the text messages and internet searches they found made them take even a closer look at her actions before, during, and after Shanann, Bella, and Celeste murders. And here's where things don't allegedly track with what Nicole told police. On July 24th, 2018, during the height of Nicole and Chris's relationship, Nicole searched Google for, quote, "Man I'm having an affair with says he will leave his wife." Now, hear what I just said. This is about 2.5, 3 weeks before these tragic murders take place. She obviously has some questions here because she Googles the phrase, quote, "Man I'm having an affair with says he will leave his wife." Nicole didn't search about dating a separated man or how it would work to date a divorced man with children. She specifically Googled affair. Interesting choice of words for a woman who is adamant that she thought her man was separated, simply waiting for some paperwork. On August 8th, she's back to Googling. This time, the phrase is marrying your mistress. She also did a Google search for wedding dresses and spent hours searching for gowns online. So we've got a woman who is...
That is so disturbing. Hold on, I'm going to pull up. I want to show something. Were you muted?
I was talking, but I was muted.
Roberta.
Oh. No, I was saying that was 3 weeks before the murders that she was Googling man I'm having an affair with, says he's going to leave his wife. That's literally 3 weeks after they supposedly met and started talking. Just 3 weeks. Like, it makes me think that they did know each other for longer than that.
Sorry, I'm just reading. This part here says a 2-day investigation revealed Chris was actively involved in an affair with a coworker, which he denied previously. 2 days it took them to find this bitch. And they want us to think that she went to her or went to them?
Nope.
Oh, hell to the no.
She might have gone on her own free will, but I think that she was asked to.
Sorry, I'm just looking through. There's up here it says Chris said he talked to Shanann about the separation, but couldn't tell her about the affair. Chris said the police knew he had an affair. Ronnie asked Chris if he was going to tell him what happened. Chris said he knew Shanann in her heart knew about his affair, but she was waiting for him to admit it. Ronnie asked if Shanann was upset over the separation or the affair. Chris said he believed Shanann thought he was having an affair. Chris said he kept denying the affair to Shanann. Chris said he had talked to Shanann prior about separating, but Shanann hoped they could go to counseling. Chris said after he and Shanann had their conversation Monday morning, Shanann accused him of the affair and he denied it. Chris said Shanann knew in her heart that he was having an affair. Chris said Shanann also knew about the dinner from Saturday night and that it was just too expensive for him. So he never so when his dad asked, was she upset over the separation or the affair? Like, which one was he upset over?
Mhm.
And he mentions the affair.
Mhm.
Like, not knowing.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they had already talked about separating, selling the house. She called Ann Meadows. So it sounds to me like Shanann was A-okay with a separation.
Mhm. I think
But
she
when
was.
she found out or thought and had suspicions of an extramarital affair, that was different,
That's something different.
right?
Mhm.
Because like I think Chris was saying, we've grown apart.
Yeah, it
We're
was
just
like
not
I'm the problem.
compatible. It's
Yeah.
not you, it's me type thing. But then all of a sudden, if it was the lazy dog, literally, if he's that freaking dumb. But I think it was a lot of things because when you read through her texts, she was talking about, him not answering, him not calling back, him
Yeah,
not doing the morning phone calls.
he got distant with her.
Right, because he was living with NK.
Yeah. Yeah, so she noticed a change.
And maybe she thought that was because they were talking about separating. So maybe she kind of blew that off. You know how we do. We kind of like brush things under the rug like, oh, no, it's not that. When it really is that. And our gut is like screaming at us, but we need more torture. So we keep going. And we find out later that we were right all along. But I think that's maybe what it was. Like just these little things that were kind of, poking at her and she ignored. And maybe the lazy dog on top of the behavior in between those visits when she came back from North Carolina versus left for Arizona. Those few days were fucking weird, right? The doll picture.
Yeah.
The doll picture. Think about the book think about these three facts. NK Googled Shanann in 2017 prior to even having an affair with Chris. Doll picture comes out of clear blue, nowhere. Chris and Shanann act confused. Shanann put it on Facebook and said, I don't know what to think of this. When Chris is asked now about the damn doll picture, he didn't send it. He didn't take it. He doesn't know. So then I think about the book that they gave Chris and Weld. Girl was being stalked, left temporarily because she was scared. Comes back and she's murdered.
Yep.
If NK knew who Shanann Watts was in September of 2017, who's to say when they really started having an affair? And who's to say that this doll picture that Chris really didn't know what happened? What if it was staged?
Yeah.
What if it was staged? Because she tells Coder specifically, I don't have a code to his house.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to ask her. They asked her if she knew about a Ring doorbell. And she said yes. And they said, are you aware of... No, and then the summary said, she's not aware of an access code on the front door. She was unaware of that it even existed. And then she said, I do not know the code to get into his house. So how would you not notice that their door was a code door? Because those aren't normal. I used to have the exact one they had. And those aren't typical.
Well, it's
Those
pretty
are
obvious.
actually...
If you see the door, it's pretty obvious what it is.
Yeah.
It's
and
literally got a keypad on it. It's not a normal door.
And not everybody had those, especially then. So I think it is something you would notice, especially if you're going to notice a Ring doorbell.
Yep.
You're going to notice Ring doorbell keypad. But she lied and said she didn't notice it. And I think because she did have the fucking code. Just like NA had the code. The code was obviously not very sacred, right?
Nope.
I mean, they gave it out. And I have no doubt that in that period of time when Shanann was gone, that girl had that code. She knew exactly what the basement bed looked like because when she was asked by Coder, what bed was he laying on? She said, it wasn't the one in the basement. She knew. She couldn't say what bed it was, but she said it wasn't that bed. And they're expecting, I mean, even the things that we have are questionable. Can you imagine what's redacted?
Yeah, I know.
Like, honey, how do you know what the fucking downstairs bed looks like to where you're on a FaceTime and you know what it looks like with no sheets?
But then maybe they used to FaceTime in the basement as well, though, so she would recognize that it wasn't the same bed.
Right, but it didn't have sheets. How would she know? By the looks of a bare mattress. Tells me she's seen that bed more than she cares to admit.
I don't know.
Because how would you know that wasn't the master mattress?
Unless you saw the rest of the room. I don't know. We don't know what she saw on the FaceTime, do we? Just that it had no sheets on the mattress. Like she could have seen the bread.
She made it sound like, okay, so this is the picture she's ingrained in my head of their FaceTime of Chris Watts in a black wife beater on a bare mattress. I picture Chris Watts. This is the vision that she's given me. Flat on his back, no pillows, with the phone directly above him, like parallel above him. And all she can see is his face in the mattress.
On the bed.
Because that's the only way she would not know what fucking room he's in. She would have seen a headboard or a wall or the floor. I mean, there's a big difference between cinder block walls in a basement and the walls they had going on in their master bedroom and the bright colors they had going on in Cece and Bella's room. I mean, are these investigators really like ignoring this stuff? Because Cece's room was bright blue. Yeah. And Bella's room was bright fucking pink. You're on a FaceTime, you're going to see a glimpse of those walls. And you're going to know the master versus the basement. Just my opinion. This girl is just like 100% full of shit. It pisses me off. It makes me mad.
She is full of shit. I mean, there's so many things she left out.
Oh my God, you couldn't even see the discovery. I was on the wrong. You didn't even tell me that you couldn't see it.
I didn't know we should be looking at it.
Oh my God, potato.
Oh man, I was doing so well as well.
You were on a roll tonight. Can you see my screen now, or is it still the video?
It's still the video.
Well, it was no big deal. I was just reading those excerpts from.
I thought you just meant to be reading it.
It's fine. Well, I guess you get the gist of it.
It works.
Just by me reading it. But no, I mean, I just, oof. And the fact that they had to take 2 days of investigating, you know, here they are trying to find Shanann, Bella, and Cece. And they had to spend 2 days investigating this bitch. And they want us to believe she came forward like Amber Fry did. No, she didn't.
Nope.
And Amber Fry wore a wire and let them tap her phone. And she continued talking to Scott.
Yeah.
If that was the case, if this bitch came to them, why wouldn't they just have done that with her? Think about that. If she came to them early on, why wouldn't they have wired her up like they did Amber and talk to him more to get more incrimination? Because we know they had no evidence. Why wouldn't they have used her for evidence? Because she fucking knew what happened. And they knew it.
I think they did have doubts because they were looking into her. And then it was stopped.
Right, because once they figured it out.
Wasn't Stacey Galbraith taken off as well? Because it seemed like she was looking into NK and then she was taken off.
Stacey Galbraith was all over NK. And then all of a sudden they took her off and said, oh, we're moving it to another software system.
Yeah, why
But
would
that
they do
doesn't
that?
explain why you take the investigator off.
No.
Why wouldn't you still have her
exactly.
investigate? She
Yeah.
uncovered some shit.
Yeah. And then they
They had a
stopped
little
it.
discussion and then moved forward the way they did. I guarantee it. When
Buried it
she
all.
suddenly abruptly stopped, you're right. That was pivotal when she abruptly stopped her investigation into NK's
Yeah.
data.
So who stopped it and why? Because it was early.
I don't know. It was given to FBI, CBI, and Rourke. So they all saw it.
Mm-hmm.
They all knew what was going on, including his lawyers. And that just makes me just sick because it scares me. If anybody is ever arrested for something and you think, and like your only option is a public defender, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You are fucked. And that's not right.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's so wrong and scary. I mean, nowadays, like you have to have like at least $5,000 to put a retainer down for a lawyer.
And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't depend on how much money you have to get justice. I mean, how many people are put away for false confessions and on all that kind of stuff? Maybe because they don't have the money to fight things.
I mean, how hard would it be for like, the county or the states to figure out a way to like contract private attorneys?
Yeah.
That
and it
do
should
like
be.
Yeah, like do private attorneys that also do their own cases, but then they can take on, maybe private attorneys would never want to take them because they don't pay good. See, and that's another thing you get too. You get like newbies or like lawyers that aren't that good or lawyers that never really strive to have their own practice. And I'm not saying that they're all mediocre, but odds are, plus they're on the state's payroll. So the same people that are signing DA Rourke's check are signing Chris Watts' attorney's checks.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that is unfair.
It should all be private and contracted in my opinion.
Is that how they do it there, Potato?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, it is.
Yeah, Colleen's mentioning how her daddy was in there. Everybody has a huge problem with that. That is one comment that I always see about it.
Well,
why was her dad allowed to be in there?
She wasn't a minor. And I know, like they
no,
wanted her
babe.
to talk.
They should have said no. Like,
Yeah.
the only other person that's going to accompany you is a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't want her to clam up.
Yeah, exactly. I get that they would want her to talk, but it's still ridiculous that she had her dad in there with her, and he was even like guiding the whole interview process as well, like telling him not to say.
Yeah, he
certain
was there
stuff.
to shut shit down,
and they
if it
listened
got
to
out of
him.
hand.
Like, if he's stopping them from doing their job and investigating and asking her the right questions and stuff, he should have been taken out of the room because they weren't getting anywhere.
I agree, and I think that's why they didn't want to release those.
Yeah,
it didn't look too good.
It really doesn't.
Googling married men, affairs, and wedding dresses. All right before her lover's wife and children are brutally murdered. Now, is this a coincidence?
No.
Maybe. Maybe she thinks that the divorce is getting ready to come through, and so he's going to be available. But it doesn't take a genius to consider the possibility that Nicole was hoping for a future with this guy, and that she knew she was having a full-blown secret affair, not just dating a separated man who was back on the market.
She totally used that word too. It's a secret.
Mm-hmm.
When she told Charlotte.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
And Colleen, don't you think hindering the investigation too, when she deleted stuff out of her phone?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's too many coincidences.
She also Googled like how long records are saved for as well. Why would she want to know that? She deleted stuff and then tried to find out if it was really gone. Like, she was worried.
And then the morning of the murder, she texts Chris Watts lyrics to the Battery song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
After being in Frederick at 6:30 or 6:15 a.m. and prove to me you're there, send me pics.
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
Especially those lyrics as well.
Yeah, it's not. He's like, oh, she wanted to know what the song meant. No. We don't know. We don't know anything about her. If she's a true crime nerd or not.
About who?
NK. She had her whole internet scrubbed. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Scrub, scrub, scrub. She scrubbed herself right off the internet. And then after Chris Watts went to prison for the remainder of his life, she scrubbed her name away and got a new name.
Mm-hmm.
And probably a new face and a new hairdo. But Nicole Kessinger, a.k.a. maybe she's now Heidi, whatever. Whatever your name is, you can't undo the ugly that's inside of you. In your anal searches, everybody knows. Everybody knows you were searching anal prepping. Talk about a reverter. Who searches that anyways?
Oh my God.
Good Lord. I mean, I have some pretty crazy searches, but one search you won't find on my Google is about items going in my anal cavity.
Police also immediately saw that Nicole had deleted many of the texts and photos she had shared with Chris.
Dr. Phil's reading my mind.
People who have nothing to hide nothing. Well,
Woo!
Nicole thought she had deleted them.
Yep.
But they don't really go away. And police were able to retrieve them all. This seems like it's always the phone that gets you.
And she even Googled, how long can cops retrieve deleted text messages?
Yep. Yes, they can.
I would be petrified. Okay. I don't know any woman who would be more afraid of a affair coming to light versus hiding things when your boyfriend was suspected of, doing something to his family, making them disappear, and then getting arrested 2 days later. Where in your human mind does your affair coming to light take precedence over missing people?
Mm-hmm.
And it tells me, because that's just not human nature. So that tells me she's hiding something. Because like he said, if she was like Amber Fry, truly, she wouldn't have deleted anything.
Mm-mm.
Because she wouldn't have done anything wrong.
And she's not like Amber Fry, because Amber Fry really didn't know that he was married. And Nicole definitely knew.
Definitely knew.
And she deleted everything.
Let's take it a step further. We know Nicole's very smart. Colorado has open court records. He told her that they had already filed. I read that in the discovery. Because I didn't know that. But he told her they filed, and I thought to myself, all it would take is one quick search. If she can Google this shit for hours on end, she definitely would know how to search a court record. And she could look up and see if there was a case between these two.
Mm-hmm.
I think she knew damn well there was no filing yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did know. She called herself a mistress.
I can't remember in the discovery who it was that said that about them actually filing. I'll look it up while we're watching, but okay, let's keep going. I'm just really, really, really loathing this girl more and more.
In these stories, isn't it? Once something is searched or sent, even if you delete it, it's just never really gone. It's like a bad rash. I can't tell you the amount of times Google searches and texts come back and just bite people in the butt. Of course, police's first question was why had Nicole deleted texts between herself and Chris in the first place? What was she trying to hide? Well, her explanation was simple. She said she was grossed out by Chris after finding out from news articles that he wasn't separated from his wife and that Shanann was pregnant when she disappeared. So understand, what she's asking you to believe now is that she only learned this when she read it in the newspaper. She hadn't clicked on her. She hadn't gone to her Instagram. She hadn't gone to her Facebook. She hadn't done any investigation at all. He just told her at work, I'm separated, getting a divorce, just waiting for the paperwork to go through. And she just said, okay. She didn't look, she didn't check, she didn't do anything that takes nothing more than a click of a mouse. We know she knows how to click that mouse.
Exactly.
Because we know she clicked it about married man says he's leaving his wife. We know she clicked it about getting a wedding gown. We know she clicked it about other things, but never clicked it to look into his current living situation. I'm sorry. I have a hard time with that. But we'll come back to that. So what had she deleted? Well, it was mostly just lovey-dovey back and forth. Chris might have been shy and soft-spoken in real life and cold and disconnected when texting his own wife, but in his conversations with Nicole, he comes across like a real-life Romeo, or at least a Don Juan wannabe.
Wait for it.
Some of the recovered text messages from Chris to Nicole read as follows. Hope you had a great night, beautiful. Miss you. Get home safe. Sweet dreams, my sexy empanada. Chris sent that text message the evening of August 11th, 2 days before he brutally murdered Shanann and his 2 innocent children.
That's going on the soundboard.
It seemed Chris also wanted Nicole to see the best in him. He sent Nicole this text about his character. I'm about loyalty, truthfulness, and being dedicated. I don't like playing games unless it's role-playing. Wink face emoji.
Ew. Gross.
I'll give you a minute to throw up in your mouth. It's
Yeah,
interesting
thanks,
that Chris
Phil.
points out that he's all about loyalty and truthfulness
Thanks,
when he's
Phil.
deceiving both his wife and his mistress, according to her. Apparently, you can tell he's lying when his lips are moving. He's lying to his wife, he's lying to his mistress, maybe he's lying to himself. But when somebody starts telling you that they're loyal and truthful and dedicated, only thing that's going to make me more nervous than that if they start telling me they're a deacon in the church. When people just start erping this up, unsolicited, talk about red flags, just like a Navy flagman on the end of the deck. That's just how obvious that is to me.
Okay, I hate to interrupt, but you're not going to believe what I just found.
Uh-oh.
I found why the Lexus left the house
On Tuesday.
on Tuesday. Check it out. Here's this is the officer who was, sitting outside, staking out the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, stopped Steeple Rock, made right-hand turn, go in West Saratoga, 1415, relieve for a restroom break, 1420, return to post, 1457. So this is at 2:57 on Tuesday, 2:57. What was that text I showed? Hold on, let me find it. The one where he says that's ridiculous. 2:44. Holy crap.
That was on the Monday. That text.
Oh, you're right. Oh, shit.
Delete.
There's a reason I'm not an investigator. Hey, I knew it was around the same time. Okay, so this is Tuesday. And the story that I was told was that the Lexus was driven around, tailed, came back. Now it says they returned to the post at 14:57. Garage door opened. White Lexus in the garage. Opened back of Lexus. Put pink bag with pink flowers and white in back of SUV. Then put items already in back of SUV into pink bag. Close back of SUV, close garage door. So that was putting this in there. Now, hold on. Dang it. There's so many keywords. Sorry, I'm just skimming. Okay, there's that one. Okay, this is after they got it, though. Did you also see this? Right here. Okay, so this would be, let's see what date. 8/14. Peggy Griss. Well, Lyle Buttes called, wanted to know if they needed a search party. How nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peggy Griss has info about the missing person. Reported noticed a strange car with someone that had a hoodie on. Sandra Rusek, Shanann's mother, has info and may have a lead on situation.
A lead.
Mm-hmm. That was at 17:33, so that would be 5:33.
5:30. Yeah.
Okay, so 5:30, and then if you look down, another report, it says Addie Maloney at fucking 6:12, and then another friend like to speak with officer, but it just says missing party was a friend would like to speak with officer. No name. Oh no, that's for Addie Maloney. Sorry.
Addie.
So then here is Sandy again on the 14th at 18:28. Saw on Channel 9 that Shanann's husband said at the end of the video that his kids were fine and then corrected himself, requesting officers to watch the video. At 19:01, her mom called again saying to see about checking the baby monitors, one in each kid's room and on Shanann's bedside. And then she called back again and said, don't tell Chris about the baby monitors. What?
Don't tell Chris about them.
Why is she calling the daycare saying, don't tell him I called? And why is she telling them, don't tell Chris about the baby monitors?
Don't tell him what about the monitors?
That's weird. Another neighbor called and said her garbage can is missing. She wondered if it was related.
What?
Then they had the Walmart thing where they actually showed him pictures. So here's another report. Luisa Onorati, the cousin of the missing female, requested a phone call from a detective. She would like more info about the situation and would like to provide some to the detective as well. Her cousin.
Is there a record of the things that these people said?
I have no idea.
Because I want to know what the cousin had to say.
Her cousin. Luisa.
She
Never
was
heard the name.
late as well. Like 20
Almost midnight. Well, she's in Arizona. Oh no, I guess that's Colorado Mountain Time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Wait, what? Arizona. Michael Morrison. Oh, that's okay. Fox News Denver would like to connect with the person of interest. This lady thought she made possible contact with the female and 2 kids last night. Whatever. Okay, here's one. What? Debbie Moore stating that she received an email from People magazine wanting information about this situation. What's RP stand for?
Reporting person, I think.
States that she lives in Minnesota but is from Colorado, so she had shared the missing person on Facebook. The email was very strange, and she wanted to let the police know. Contact by phone with questions. And then her mom called on the 15th. What time is that at? 1834.
6:34.
Oh my God. Okay. She would like an update on what's going on. Stated it's been 6 hours since she last heard anything. Another caller, Amber McLam, looking to speak to someone. Oh, look, another caller, David Dow with CBS National News. How interesting. Oh, look, it even has David Dow's email. I wonder where they got to use the name David Dow. So fucking smart, right? Oh my God, potato. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. They got it from the Chris Watts Discovery and host me. Holy hell. Get a life.
Oh, crazy.
Get a life. Get a life. I'm gonna start singing Roly Poly and change the words to get a life. You're a stupid fucker. You're gonna go to hell one day.
Unbelievable.
All right, so they're in San Diego. They're in fucking Kentucky. They're in Michigan. They're at Walmart. Jake from Walmart called. Oh my God, we got to go back to Dr. Phil. I am so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I get on this case. I just get like in my own little world.
It's interesting, though.
It really is. You can, and it's so like not in order. So you get like, you open up a whole new thing like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
It's like
if
you
hadn't been
can't
scrolling, you wouldn't have found David Dow.
You can't turn away. Right. There's a
You're
reason for that.
You're giving yourself info as well.
Fuck you, Vanessa.
Answering your own questions in the Discovery.
Now, arguably, one of the most telling texts Chris sent Nicole during their many communications was this. Chris writes, "Being in your life is something I crave." Now, here's why that one is important to study. This wasn't a man saying he craved sex with this woman. Plenty of affairs are purely physical. They're just about lust. No, what Chris was saying was he wanted to be in this woman's life. But did Chris crave being in Nicole's life enough that he felt like he needed to erase his own? That he felt like he needed to erase the family he had in his current life?
No, I don't think he felt like he had to erase them. I think she wanted to erase them because she wanted to be the first.
Number one. Numero uno, Nicole.
Somebody has asked the question, if he wanted out so...
Look how cute Celeste is.
I know. Poor babies.
I know.
bad, get a divorce.
For real.
If you want it out so bad, just leave. Abandon them. Anything is better than family annihilation. Why would you do that? Why would you have to do that? If you don't want to be there, leave. But a narcissist sees things only from their point of view. And understand, from his point of view, if he can just eradicate these people from the face of the earth, then
See, I don't think Chris was the narcissist. I picture NK being more of a narcissist and him doing whatever he's told, just like he always has and always will.
Yeah. Well, people with narcissism, they want to be like the center of attention, and
Yeah, he's
they're
not
the
like
best
that.
person ever. And if they don't have the attention, then they will get it. Like they walk in a room, they have to be the center of attention. And if they think that anyone else is, then they don't like it. And I don't see Chris like that.
Not at all.
But then there was a profiler that had studied it, and she had decided that he was a narcissist. Because I watched something else that Dr. Phil had done, and he was talking about narcissists and like the signs and stuff of them. And he brought up Chris Watts, and he said that this profiler had said that he was a malignant narcissist. I was like, but he doesn't seem to fit that, like malignant narcissist.
Not at all.
Description. Yeah, strange.
It is.
He becomes the victim. Oh, poor Chris. B, there's no...
Like, this is one thing. He's so wrong. Like, it was never poor Chris.
Mm-mm.
Like, he never complained about his marriage to his family. Ever.
Yeah.
And he doesn't complain about prison. I know people hate to hear that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't whine and moan about it. I just think he's got him pegged all wrong.
alimony, there's no child support, there's no
And also,
legal fees.
sorry to add, a narcissist would never admit that they'd done anything wrong either. A narcissist would fight.
Yeah, take it to the grave.
Prove it wasn't them, even
Yes.
if it was.
Yep, you're
And they
right.
would blame everyone else.
We've seen him. We've seen him in a lot of these crimes.
Yeah.
It isn't like him. No,
Mm-mm.
he rolled over like a little freaking lamb. Did whatever they wanted him to.
Narcissists
In
do not
fact,
do
it
that.
could turn into a
Nope.
profit center.
That's
And while
the
Shanann and the
polar
girls
opposite.
were visiting her family in North
Yeah, it
Carolina,
really
Chris
is.
was keeping busy working out, trying to look his best, and wooing his mistress with racy texts and love letters. He was quoting country and reggae songs and buying Nicole mushy greeting cards with giant hearts all over them.
When did he start losing a lot of weight? When did he go from chubs to fit? Because he was chubs.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a little bit too. I mean, not chubs. I mean, chubbier than she was when she passed or before she got pregnant. Like they both lost weight.
Yeah.
So when was that? I don't know. Somebody in chat will probably know. I just wanted to throw that out there.
In one handwritten letter, Chris wrote, this is a quote, "The first day I saw you, you took my breath away. The first day I had the guts to talk to you, I got lost in those stunning green eyes. The first day we hung out in the park together, I knew I was addicted. Big things will happen this year. Dreams will come true." Makes you wonder what big things Chris was referring to exactly, doesn't it? Did he have a plan percolating in his head that he was going to carry out in order to make his dreams come true? There were no dreams that were going to be coming true for anyone involved in this mess. No dreams, only nightmares. Meanwhile, Shanann was out buying relationship self-help books. She was out working to try to find a way to save her marriage with Chris. Instead of taking this gesture as an olive branch, Chris threw one of the books in the garbage. It could have very well been a metaphor for how he felt about her. He was checked out, done, ready to throw the relationship away, and her with it. He wanted to be rid of his old life in favor of a shiny new one. You just wonder how much Nicole knew. And you wonder what she would have thought if someone had whispered to her, "If he'll do it with you, he'll do it too." But from the very beginning, the burning and heartbreaking question has been, if Chris was that unhappy, if he felt that burden, if he felt that trap, why not just get a divorce? Why did he have to kill them? Shannon's mother said she knows her daughter would have walked away without a problem. She knew that her daughter had enough dignity, had enough self-respect, had enough self-worth that she did not want to be where she was not welcome. Could something Nicole told her friend be a clue to his mindset, a clue to why he took this drastic action? When Nicole first spoke to detectives, she claimed that she hadn't told anyone about her relationship with Chris, but it wasn't but just a few days later she changed her story and admitted to police she had in fact confided in one friend about her relationship with Chris. just one day before Shanann and the sweet little girl's death. Nicole told her friend the one thing she didn't like about Chris was the fact that he had already had children. She felt she might always be second best, and it bothered her that he had, quote, been there, done that. It makes you wonder, what if she mentioned those feelings to Chris? If he thought he might lose her because he was encumbered with a ready-made family? If he thought Nicole felt he would have divided loyalties, that she would always be second to his existing family, to his existing children. Maybe not to Shanann, but Celeste and Bella. Would she always be the other woman?
Okay. Check this out. Okay. Welcome, Nicole B. Did Nicole B. rejoin?
Oh, Nicole B.
Nicole
Birder.
B. Nicole B. And Angie B. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, so check this out.
Did you search anal?
I did. I put anal right up in that search bar. And it says, in anticipation for her evening with Watts, Kessinger spent 45 minutes searching Google on topics like how to prepare for anal sex and the anal sex guide. This progressed to searches at Pornhub for interracial porn videos and threesomes with double penetration.
Oh,
This was by no means the only time she sought out pornographic videos via the internet. Yikes, Ashley. Nobody said yikes. I just said yikes. I told you, Nicole, whatever your name is now, it's out there forever and ever. Nasty.
Oh,
Just nasty.
If he thought
Nasty.
She was one
that
of
was
two
a big
dudes.
concern of her, and that he might lose her because she was threatened by his children, could that be the answer to why? Why he couldn't just leave? Why he had to get rid of the children and
Shaw
his
says
wife permanently?
abort mission.
Did he really just want to be with Nicole at any cost? And had she messaged to him that she wasn't going to be
That's
second
such a
fiddle
sad
to
picture.
anyone or anything?
Oh,
And
It's
had
what
he
Charles are
interpreted
terrified.
oh, it is sad.
And
Widow
Sam's just
Cece has
smiling. Like it looks
Oh, I
so
know.
weird.
Creepy. With his snap a smile. Poor babies. They didn't want to sit on his creepy lap.
No, that's a sad picture.
I would never have sent that to people.
No,
It makes my heart hurt. Especially for,
poor kids.
little Bella was so scared of everything.
Mhm.
that to mean you better show up with a clean slate, buddy.
Ooh, you hear
But
that?
Nicole insisted she
better
had
show
not
up with a clean
disclosed her
slate,
worries
buddy.
about his children to Chris, only to the friend that she had said she had not talked to. Because remember, she said she didn't tell anybody. The police have a witness here, a helper here, that lies one minute, tells the truth the next. So you have to wonder, are you lying now or are you lying then? Because you know she's lying, you just don't know when. Which is a lie, which is the truth.
Uh-huh.
But
One of
she
them
said
is
she
a
didn't
lie.
tell Chris. She was just venting to a friend. This is right after she said she didn't vent to anybody.
Did you ever say anything to him about, like,
Never.
anything about his kids being a problem?
Never.
Anything about his wife being a problem?
Never. This
Naya.
shocked me just as much as I think it shocked the rest of the world.
He's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him.
Why? How? I don't even understand how you could, like, bring yourself to do that for somebody who's, like, that big.
That is so fake.
It's so fake.
Nicole said she believes that she in no way influenced Chris to kill his family. She stated to police, quote,
Wait.
I legitimately think his cheese was sliding off his cracker.
Wait a minute. How in the fuck did she get away with this? Remember what we just read where it said that Charlotte said that she felt partially responsible?
Yeah.
And then she turns around and says, oh, I don't think it had anything to do with me. His cheese was sliding off his cracker.
So she's making it sound like it was coming anyway. It had
I
nothing
think that
to do with
Nicole
her.
Kessinger has a leaky bum bum now.
Yeah.
Long before he
Maybe
met
from
me.
that anal.
Is that why she fell in love with him? Nicole also texted that same friend, quote, like, he seems too good to be true. Well, which is it? His cheese is sliding off his cracker? Or he's too good to be true? Again, it's just inconsistent. Certainly turns out she was right about his warped mind. In the days after her initial statement to police, she would frequently call detectives with additional information that she just remembered. I guess she was just sitting around and like, oh, wait a minute. Chris and Nicole spoke the night before.
I always thought that was interesting too. Like, it's almost like she was calling randomly. You know how you call, like, just like people call when they're involved and they want to check on things, get a feel. Look at how Bella's looking at her dad. Who's that lady, I wonder?
Shanann.
Oh, probably one of the friends. Is that Shanann?
Looks like Shanann.
Was her hair that long?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't think that was her.
And quite a bit on the day of his family's disappearance. For most of the day, Chris told her he was busy with work, but the two exchanged text messages throughout the day as if everything was normal, as if Chris hadn't just murdered his family and concealed their bodies. Chris's day was busy because the tower of lies he had built were crashing down, and he was telling so many lies it was just impossible to keep up. Now, again, here's a window into his psyche. I've told you that narcissists have no empathy. They have no capacity to feel sorrow or remorse or to vicariously experience the pain that someone else might be feeling. That's why...
Now that part, I wonder... He seemed pretty, like dull emotionally. Like, I know as far as expressing for sure, but even, you know how we watch people and you're like, oh my gosh, you can read their emotions on their face,
Yeah.
Not with him really. Like he's just very unreadable and
Flat.
pretty emotionless. Yep, flat.
Flat affect.
Yep.
He has the ability to murder his pregnant wife and unborn child, and then ultimately his two innocent children, one of which looks at him in the eye and says, "You're not going to do to me what you did to her, are you?" But he can then whip out his phone and flirt with his mistress like he was on the way to Arby's or something. That takes a special kind of cold-blooded, detached psyche. It was at 3:45 p.m. that Chris finally sent an ominous text message to Nicole telling her that his family was gone. Naturally, this sent Nicole into a tailspin. What did he mean? Gone where? What did he think had happened? Chris was evasive and, according to Nicole, didn't seem terribly concerned. She was struck by how emotionless he seemed about his family being missing. Instead, Nicole told police that Chris remained vague with his answers regarding what was going on and kept trying to change the subject, which of course made her suspicious. Nicole also spoke to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation agent Kevin Kobach about an eerie late-night FaceTime call she had with Chris on Monday, August 13th. Now, remember, his wife and children had been missing since that morning.
I think we were like talking a little bit, but he was laying down on a mattress that didn't have any sheets on it. And I remember asking him, like, where's your sheets, you know? And he's like, oh, I washed them. And I remember he was saying that he was cleaning the house to try to keep busy, to take his mind off of things. I didn't honestly think that much about it originally because that man is always cleaning. Like, he is very, very, like, organized, meticulous, clean individual. So it did not seem like a super red flag to me. Just like on his days off, when he organizes, it's what he does. But something that just kind of like dawned on me last night is he made the comment directly after that. He said, I had to wash the kids' sheets. He was like, they smell. And I was like, thinking about that last night, and I'm like, this man keeps that house so clean. That's like the...
She just randomly thought about him saying his daughter's sheets smelled.
Mm-hmm.
And thought, oh, I need to call and tell them this? Or do I need to call them and make Chris seem even more creep town dude?
Yeah.
Because they might recover all of the texts.
Why would his kids' sheets smell bad?
Of course, we now know why Chris had no sheets on his mattress. Remember, police found bed sheets in the trash at the Watts residence, and also a bloodied sheet wrapped around Shannon's deceased body.
Okay, so this is my question. Potatoes.
Uh-huh.
We know that he washed the sheets.
Yep.
Why did they not pay extra special attention in that laundry room for any evidence?
Mm-hmm.
If he did laundry, why weren't they looking inside the washer, inside the dryer? Where were the sheets he cleaned? Were they put back on the bed, or were those different ones? Where's the ones that he said smelled?
They searched the house before he did the cleaning, though, didn't they?
Yeah, were the girls' beds made?
Yeah, so when they did the search of the house, they did check in the laundry room because they checked in the washing machine and there was only clothes in there and in the dryer. There was no sheets or anything. And the
girls' beds were unmade.
Yeah, the girls' beds were unmade, but they had their sheets on them. So he hadn't done it yet.
Right, so he did it that Monday night.
Yeah.
And he was cleaning, and then he got on FaceTime with her.
Mm-hmm. And
then she decided later to call and say, oh, it popped in my head that he was laying on a mattress.
Mm-hmm.
And that his kids' sheets smelled. Weird. Yeah. It doesn't even make sense.
Mm-mm.
A drone search located a lone bed sheet on the oil field property. This aerial discovery was what initially led police to finding the bodies of Shannon, Bella, and Celeste. So now, Chris is FaceTiming his mistress from his marital bed, the very same bed he had strangled his wife on just hours before. He's now lying in this bed, feet up, comfortable, FaceTiming his mistress. Nicole mentioned that during that FaceTime conversation, Chris had also said that the blankets in Bella and Celeste's room were missing and that he thought Shannon might have taken them. Well, why would Shannon have taken the children's blankets when she left for a so-called play date? A play date that, when asked about it, he said, I don't know where. She just took them somewhere to play. By Tuesday the 14th, Chris and Nicole's romance...
Oh my God, another sad
over.
one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
All of their remaining correspondence had to do with Nicole confronting Chris about lying about Shannon's pregnancy. According to Nicole, Chris kept trying to change the subject and would not give her any straight answers. Now, of the many lies Chris Watts has told, this one has got to be one of the most cruel and frankly stupid. When Nicole demanded answers about Shannon's pregnancy and why Chris had not told her about it, Nicole says Chris told her that he didn't know until the day that Shannon disappeared that she was expecting. He then told Nicole that he was not the father. According to Nicole, she said it was at this point that she realized she was dealing with a serial liar. If he could lie about this, she thought, what else was he capable of? Nicole expressed to detectives that she was concerned about how the media would perceive her. Nicole's scandalous internet searches were splashed across headlines. It seems like she knew this would be inevitable because of the media culture. She tried to prevent this by deleting her browser history, she thought. Of course, the internet never forgets. So now it just looked even worse. Not only did she have these searches, she had tried to bury the searches. She had tried to hide the searches. And she got caught trying to dump that data. In the wake of Chris becoming the prime suspect in Shannon's disappearance, Nicole also researched Shannon Watts and Chris Watts online frequently, sometimes for hours. Every time Nicole searched for information on Chris and Shannon Watts, she would immediately delete the search right after. The same day, Nicole also browsed Google for the following questions. Quote, can cops trace text messages? And quote, how long do phone companies keep text messages? As well as, quote, difference between text message content and text message detail. This is all according to police documents. What she should have researched first was, can police track Google searches? After her initial statements to police, after Shannon and her daughter's bodies were found, get this. Nicole searched, quote, Amber Fry. Then she searched, quote, Amber Fry net worth.
Ooh, I forgot
then
about
she
that.
searched Amber Fry book deal. And then she searched, do people hate Amber Fry? As much as people compare Chris Watts to Scott Peterson, you can also easily compare Nicole Kessinger to Amber Fry. At least Nicole Kessinger appears to compare Nicole Kessinger to Amber Fry. I assume since she does, other people do. There is one difference that seems to be commonly believed, and that is that Amber Fry 100% did not know that Scott Peterson was married. Nicole Kessinger 100% did know that Chris Watts was married. Amber Fry went on to write a book, to be the subject of movies about her life story, and to live a successful and happy life. So what has become of Nicole? In this day and age, we know there's a legal court and there is a court of public opinion. And with Twitter and Facebook, those judgmental voices are louder than ever. Certain commenters online were vicious, even alleging that they were convinced that Nicole had something to do with the murders. There was even an online petition circulating called Investigate Nicole Kessinger. When it came to Chris and Nicole's relationship, many believed Nicole's search history and emails proved she was lying, and she knew damn well she was dating another woman's husband. Well, I don't think you really need her search history and emails to prove that, because she said as much to the police. She knew he was married. It's just where in the dissolution procedure she claims to think things were. He told her he was married, told her they were separated, told her things were going to wind down. So she knew he was married. Her behavior also made it seem like she was complicit in keeping their relationship a secret. They went to out-of-the-way bars and restaurants. They spent most of their time at her apartment. In one of Nicole's messages to Chris, she told him she wanted to continue seeing him and asked, "Are we bad people?"
Ooh. Yes,
But whether
you
or not
are.
Nicole knew the actual truth about Chris's relationship, the outcome was the same. She had gotten involved with a married father whose face was now splashed all over the front of every newspaper and magazine in the English-speaking world. And the word murderer was right next to his name. No matter how much Nicole may have wanted to erase or delete Chris and their brief involvement from her life, it seems that from now on their names will be forever linked. Nicole mentioned that she and her friends were trying to do damage control by taking down her social media accounts and removing the photos that existed of her on Facebook.
And
It was
everything.
too late. Everywhere you looked, on TV, in magazines, newspapers, there were photos of Nicole Kessinger, the other woman. It's likely there won't be a book deal in Nicole's future. There are alleged accounts of her going into witness protection due to the amount of harassment and threats that she has received since this all came to light. She has never given a televised interview. Me and my team have reached out to her several times ourselves. And people will tell you, if nothing else about me, is I give people an opportunity to tell their story. Whether it's believable, unbelievable, outrageous, whatever, I give people a chance to tell their story. And then I ask the questions that people want to know the answer to. We've reached out to her time and time and time again. She's never called us back and has not been spotted publicly since. But her role in this horror story just might not have been completely done. Not just yet. On August 21st, 2018, Chris shuffled into court with his attorneys. Clad in an orange inmate suit, glasses and handcuffs, he was a far cry from the good-looking all-American dad that he had presented to the world just days before. He looked somber, already older. It was over for him. The courtroom was packed. Everyone wanted to hear what Chris Watts was going to be charged with. The judge denied him bail. In the front row of the courtroom, Shannon's father, Frank, and his son, Frankie, sobbed while the charges were read. The DA's office charged Chris with 9 counts. He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder after deliberation for the deaths of Shannon, Celeste, and Bella Watts. Let me say that again. 3 counts of first-degree murder after deliberation. That means he didn't snap. This wasn't a crime of passion. He didn't fly into a rage. This was murder after deliberation, after thought. 2 counts of first-degree murder for causing the death of a person under the age of 12 while being in a position of trust. 1 count of unlawful termination of a pregnancy. 3 counts of tampering with a deceased body.
Is it just me, or is this music like scaring you?
It is. It's so
Do you hear
creepy.
like the demons in the background?
Demons.
They're going
in
like,
the background. Oh
yeah,
my
they're like
God.
chanting. They're like, hey, I hear it in my earphones. It's weird.
It just feels like it's building.
And then it's like,
Getting anxious.
I know.
If convicted of all 9 charges, Chris was potentially facing the rest of his life in prison and could face the death penalty. He made the decision to save his own life. I think he did that because he knew what he knew. And he knew that this could be figured out pretty easy. Although he still maintained that Shannon had killed the children, so he killed her, Chris took responsibility for all 3 deaths in court. He pleaded guilty to the charges. In exchange, he would not face the death penalty. So, Chris was now behind bars for good, and no matter what story he spun, he would pay for these heinous crimes. So the nightmare seemed over. The legal system seemed to have done its job. But as I've said many times, we do have a legal system. We don't have a justice system. You go to the courthouse to pursue charges. You don't go to the courthouse for justice. Because you walk up those steps, you go through that door, you go in that courtroom, and there's all this mahogany wood, and there's this judge up on the bench, and there's a big seal behind him or her. There's all this pomp and circumstance. There's a lot of words spoken, a lot of decisions handed down, verdicts meted out, but nowhere among them is justice. Because the only justice would be for Shanann, Celeste, Bella, and this unborn child to be back in this world. That's not going to happen. That would be justice. But given the limits of the system, what could be done was done, and the nightmare seemed to be over. But investigators, not the prosecutors, but the investigators, well, they weren't quite done. After all this, they went back in to interview him again, one more time from prison. So what was their reason for this additional question? They've got everything they can get, right? The legal system has worked. You can't try him for the same crimes twice. That's double jeopardy. So they've gotten all they're going to get. So why talk to him again? Well, we don't know for sure, but we do know that it would not make sense for them to be talking to him about further culpability on his part. They already have him. He pleaded guilty. They had recovered the bodies. Did it really matter what other details he...
Well, it did, because he never admitted to the kids, and we've gone over that.
Yes. Yep.
He's failing to acknowledge that part of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, he said that he took accountability and stuff in court, but before that court happened, he hadn't. Like they'd got this plea deal for all these charges, but he'd never admitted that he killed the children. And where was the evidence? Like, doesn't this go to the judge, and the judge decides he's going to accept that plea deal and go ahead with it because
it has to make
evidence,
sense. Yeah.
There's evidence to back it up. Where was it then? Like, shouldn't these charges have been dealt with separately? Like, he admitted to killing Shanann, so that's one. But he never admitted to the girls, so that's like a separate issue.
Right.
Investigate that so you can prove that he did.
Well, Tammy Lee just couldn't go there because she resonated with the victim right off the bat, and she would never do that. So she didn't explore anything else. But it doesn't really make sense why they never really went after NK. I don't understand.
No. Well, there was circumstantial evidence. You'd think they would look into it just based on that fact. I mean, she lied right from the very beginning. She said she never told any of her friends or anything about what was going on. And then she says, actually, I did tell one of my friends. She deleted
She's
stuff.
a liar.
Like,
and
she lied
I would have
from the
loved to see her
beginning.
on the stand, like put on the spot. Why did you send the lyrics of Battery?
Yeah.
Why, Nicole?
Yep.
They never asked. All these weird things that were in her messages, they never even asked her about.
Nope.
Well, that we can see anyway.
He added to the situation. He was locked up and paying the price regardless of what he now said. Shanann's parents had a theory. They strongly believe the reason the FBI went into that prison was because of none other than Mistress Nicole. Shannan's mother claims she believes investigators went in on a mission to get Chris to roll on his mistress. He did not, at least not yet. And again, she has never been implicated.
Well, then that tells me that those people, Tammy Lee and them, are lying to the Ruseks, because they went into Dodge telling Chris this is for Shanann's family. But they're telling, or Sandy has the impression that they were going there to get him to roll on NK.
Yeah.
And Dr. Phil interviewed Sandy, so he would know. So they're not being honest with either side. And maybe if the two sides actually talked, they would realize that they both have been played in some fashion.
It's interesting as well that if they did go there to find out if there was anything about NK, then the fact that Tammy Lee was interested in what David Carter was saying about NK says a whole lot as well. Like, maybe she was actually interested, and she did think that there was something there, and she wanted to look into it more, but she was stopped as well. I mean, she said that she'd go and speak to Coda about it, see if there was like anything that they could back up his claims with, and then all of a sudden just cut it all off and said, no, I'm not. Like, we're not going to speak to you anymore. It's like she thought that there was something that could possibly be there. And even when she was on, was it Netflix? I think it might have been Netflix. She said that like the clock was stopped. Like she hadn't finished investigating stuff.
Yeah.
So something else that was stopping them.
Like if I was Sandy and I heard Dr. Phil say this, and then I heard, you know, the conflicting Chris saying, or them telling Chris, oh, this is for the Ruseks only. Yeah. Why would Chris roll on NK for the Ruseks? That doesn't even make sense. No. So they're lying. So if the Ruseks talked to the Watts and like figured out that these investigators did not get justice for any of them, if they're not investigating everything, I think they would see that they're kind of on the same side, so to speak, a little bit.
I'm sure they both still have questions, both families.
I mean, they both loved those grandkids, and they have that as common ground. They have the love of those babies as common ground. And I think that it would be amazing to see them band together and demand the fucking truth from the DA. Because I think I've thought all along that Chris was kind of was obviously referring to Shanann. And over the past week, I've been going back and reading his words and listening to his words. He never says a name. He says she, her. And that's what he always refers to NK as. She, her. That's what I should call this title of this video. She, her. Because I think if you think about it, maybe what he describes is not Shanann, but NK.
It's also distance in language as well, though. So it might be because he doesn't want to, like he's distancing himself from the situation as well by not saying either of their names.
Yeah, he is. He is. But if I was Sandy and I heard that, or I thought that they were, you know, trying to get NK because she thought they were involved, I would think that Sandy would want her to pay for that.
Yeah.
And if they're telling Chris, hey, we're here, you know, on behalf of their family.
Yeah. Especially
there's
because
a definite line.
Sandy did think that she was involved as well. She said that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds like she wanted them, like they're there to roll on her. Like that's not, oh, they're there to pin it on her. They're there to roll it on her because she thinks she played a huge part in some capacity. There's no other way to take that, Shiz.
Yeah.
Wow. I am shooketh. All right, let's finish Dr. Phil. We're almost done.
You're charged with any crime. It turns out the worst thing that Nicole did in the eyes of the law at this point is to fall in love with the wrong man. But whatever the reason was that they went in for, they came out with way more than they ever could have bargained for. They came out with a real confession from Chris Watts, an admission of exactly when and how he, not Shanann, killed his two beautiful,
I think this was added on.
And his entire confession was recorded on tape. We were able to find out what was on those confession tapes before anyone else. Shannon's parents were told the grim and horrifying details before they were released to the media. And they wanted to be the ones to tell the world. They didn't want this to come out from some third party. They wanted to be the ones that reported this because they wanted to dignify their daughter. Understand, at this point, the world had been told that their daughter had murdered their grandchildren. And they sat there powerless to do anything about it. They sat there with some people in America believing that their precious daughter had murdered their precious grandchildren. And add that to the loss of their daughter and grandchildren, and it was almost more than they could endure. And finally, this monster excuse for a human being told the truth. And they wanted the satisfaction of reporting that to the world. They contacted us. They wanted me to come there and help them tell that story. They would do an interview with me and reveal for the first time what Chris finally confessed he had really done to their beautiful daughter and their grandchildren, what he said to the children, what he said the children witnessed, and what their final words.
Okay, this had to be added on after, right? Or no?
Mm-hmm.
His tone totally changed.
Yeah. It seems like it.
So what do you think? What
I don't know.
I mean, she wanted them to roll on NK, Sandy did, but then after hearing his taped confession, they were like, "Oh, okay." It's almost like the DA's office played them. Like they went in there, they told Chris, "Okay, this is for her family," and then they told them, like, "We're gonna make sure no one else is involved," and then they got Chris to say exactly what they thought the parents wanted to hear. And then they played that for the whole world and made that the final confession. And then her family contacted Dr. Phil and put it on Dr. Phil. So the whole world definitely, they weren't going to just rely on YouTube. They had to take it nationwide, Tammy and Coder and them, because if it didn't go nationwide and it didn't go the way it did and then turn into a Netflix, they wouldn't really have their educational thing that they'd be touring the country doing, would they?
Yeah, right.
It's all so twisted. I feel like the Ruseks have been played. And I'm going to say right here, right now, I do not think one iota that Shanann killed those girls.
No.
I don't.
No.
I questioned it.
Yeah,
I can say absolutely. I do not think. But I have a hard time believing that he did as well. I still struggle with that. Let me just say that. I don't think she did it, but I struggle with the fact that he did.
The thing for me is how much detail he went into in that second confession.
But also those details didn't make sense, right?
I know, but to even talk about it, like, I don't know. It's unsettling.
I think that goes along. It is. It's the flatness. It's the tell me a story and I'll tell you a story. I don't know. I mean, he convinced his teacher in elementary that the Watts family went to China or some shit for summer break with a story. So before we go, I want to read you guys the lyrics to Battery. And I know that Metallica did not write this about a fight or anything like that. It was about a nightclub that they played in before they were famous. It was in LA. But anyways, you can take this however you want, but it's kind of ironic that these lyrics were sent to Chris Watts right after.
In the context of the situation, it makes it very creepy.
Yes. Right after he disposed of them.
I mean, what?
So here we go. And she wanted, in his explanation, when they came to Wisconsin, was that she wanted to know what the song was about or something like that. Some really lame, stupid thing. Like, oh yeah, you just disposed of your family in oil batteries. And she just randomly sent you this Metallica song out of hundreds of Metallica songs she could have been looking at. And furthermore, why was she looking at Metallica songs? She's at work.
Yeah, I know.
Lashing out the action, returning the reaction. Weak are ripped and torn away. Hypnotizing power, crushing all that cower. Battery is here to stay. Smashing through the boundaries. Lunacy has found me. Cannot stop the battery. Pounding out aggression turns into obsession. Cannot kill the battery. Cannot kill the family. Battery is found in me. Cannot kill the family. And he says, I would never hurt those girls. I could never hurt those girls. I did not hurt those girls.
What was the line about obsession?
Pounding out aggression turns into obsession. Yikes. I didn't even notice that. Crushing all deceivers, mashing non-believers, never-ending potency. Hungry violence seeker, feeding off the weaker, breeding on insanity. Smashing through the boundaries, lunacy has found me, cannot stop the battery. Pounding out aggression, turns into obsession, cannot kill the battery. Cannot kill the family, battery is found in me. Circle of destruction, hammer comes crushing, powerhouse of energy. Whipping up a fury, dominating flurry, we create the battery. And then it's the chorus again. And then it goes, cannot kill the family, battery is found in me. And then they keep going, battery, battery. I mean, that's literally, why would she need to ask him what that meant?
And all those kind of words that are in it as well. Obsession, dominating.
Hypnotizing power.
Potent. Like, what was going on? That she wanted to know those lyrics at that time.
And he was just leaving the oil battery.
And the night before, they'd had a 111-minute conversation that she couldn't remember. What was she talking to him about?
111 minutes. She remembered the mattress FaceTime.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that Dr. Phil used that as well, isn't it?
Yep. I don't believe for 1 minute she doesn't remember that phone call. Of course she would remember.
Yeah, of course you would. Especially if he says she came over afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, look at this. I mean, everything in here, they call it a battery. I mean, that is like so obvious that is the term they use throughout this entire thing. They don't call them just tanks. They say battery. I was looking to see if those texts were in here. Hair samples from the thief hatch on top of an oil battery, parts of a rake, a bed sheet, and other things. We started excavating a potential dig site about 100 feet from the oil tank battery. Oh, see? When did this take place? The draining of the oil tanks? 16th on Thursday?
The day after, yeah.
Okay, so look at it. It says here that they exhumed Shanann the night before. So right after he was arrested.
Yeah.
Unless they gotten her before they arrested him. Like you said, if they found her.
Yeah, well, they saw that there was disturbed ground and stuff. So they knew that it was very likely that she was buried there.
Okay, so 4:15 was when they saw the sheet.
Yeah. I think it says in that one as well that they saw the ground and they could tell it was a grave.
Here it is, right here. Okay, so that was when Cody Roberts was like, do you want me to bring some gator? We can try and pressure test the line too. And Chris was like, I've got it handled. Thanks, though.
Mhm.
And then it says that at 8:25 a.m., Watts made a staged 23-second call to Shanann's phone. 8:26 a.m., Watts searched the internet for the Primrose School. Seconds later, he called and had a 1-minute conversation. During this call, Watts told Stouffe that his daughters would not be attending school there any longer. Oh, we already read this. Okay, right here. Oh my God. So he searched the words. She asked him, what is this song about? What's the song Battery about? And then he did it. He searched it. During a respite following the murder of his family and disposing of their bodies at well site, Watts searched Google for the lyrics to Battery by Metallica. And then, wait a minute. During a respite following them. And why is this not backwards like the other ones were? Look at this. They loashing out the auction, returning the re-auction.
That freaking O button.
So they put the damn lyrics in here.
Mm-hmm.
Watts has proven a keen interest in song lyrics. How has he proven a keen interest in song lyrics? Where do they get that?
Search.
Where in the hell did they come to that conclusion from?
He is no doubt familiar with the song's lyrics.
Oh, because he attended the Metallica concert on June 7th, 2077.
27.
I love the details here.
Jeez.
Actually, it was Loon 7th.
Loon 7th, 2077. Sounds like some Elon Musk date.
I recognized the photographs he took at the concert and stored in his phone on that date. I was there. That means that he's keen to interest in song lyrics because he went to a fucking concert.
Okay, good connection.
Oh my God.
Did it have his text messages and stuff before that 7:55 one that you started at? I'm interested to see how much he actually sent.
Yep. Let's go back.
So what time did he get there? I have it written
Okay,
down.
so this is what happened.
So he got there at
5:48.
6:45.
Waltz left the home. 5:48. With his family piled in the back seat of his truck. 5:29 to 6:30. Watts made 3 unanswered calls to Roberts. At 5:31, Watts sent a message asking Roberts, "Where you at?" 6:32. So a whole hour went by. He was probably shitting bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Roberts finally replied, "Just got fuel in Kersey." 6:32, Watts made an unanswered call to Roberts. 5:33. Why is it different? Watts responded with 2 messages. "Okay, I'm in Survey. Where are you going first?" Roberts answered, "DPC State," and Watts replied with a thumbs up emoji. Roberts advised, "I need to call Chad and see if he plans on still stroking the 1029 out there to see if it'll pump up. If so, I'll have to meet him. Or he will have to get the cannon plugs from Tony, okay?" Watts responded, "Okay, let me know before I leave here." 6:38, Roberts added, "I think Chad, might be heading out there today. Phone was breaking up pretty bad." 6:39, likely fearing another employee may show up at 3:19. While he was disposing of the bodies, Watts made an unanswered call to Chad McNeil.
See, in the other bit of discovery that we were looking at, it said that he didn't get there until 6:45. 6:45 a.m. he got there.
Do you see these are wrong?
Yeah,
Do you
I
see
mean
that, like,
his response
right
was
here?
at 5.
It says it says 6:32. He called him.
Yeah.
This is what Lana went through. She went through and looked at this shit, all this stuff in between. And that's what she put in order, because that is the actual order. See, they have redacted stuff, but if you actually go through and look at the numbers versus what it says, this is all out of sequence.
Yeah.
And I mean, like this here, this may not have even happened at the same time. We don't know.
Yep.
But it looks like it did, because it says 6:32 and then it says 5:33. But what the hell? Why would there be a mistake there and then also a mistake up here? Because it took Cody an hour? It seems like it would be, he asked Cody, where you at? And then at 6:32, he said, just got fuel.
Yeah.
So that had to be 5:32. No.
But that
Nope.
would have been
They're
when
saying he left at
leaving.
5:48.
Yeah.
So this would be what? 5:29 to 6:30? What? He was making calls to Cody at home? So are we to believe that at 5:29 a.m. he was making calls to Cody Roberts?
It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Because it would also mean he's sending messages and stuff while he's driving too. And plus his reply said, where is it? I can't remember what it said now.
Just got fuel in Kersey.
Further down. Okay, I'm in Survey, 5:33.
Oh yeah.
You're not.
Good point. Good point.
You hadn't even left home yet.
So was he loading the truck, or was he at Survey at 5:30? Nobody knows.
Well, we know that he was still at the house because he was on Nate's campus.
Right. Why is it like this? So now I'm confused. So we have to assume, I guess, the 6 is right. Nothing's
But even then he still didn't get there until 6:45. 6:45 until 7:15 or 7:30, because he had 30 to 45 minutes out there by himself.
Wait, look at this one. 5:59. And then he took a picture at 7:18 of his laptop screen. And then he sent a staged message to Shanann's phone at 7:40. And then he called Troy McCoy. And then you know what else is weird about that? Is Troy McCoy going out there. Remember that? Why did he go out there? Was he just being nosy?
Don't know.
Watch this. And then I'm going to come to chat because I want to see what everybody's saying. 3 minutes later, yes. Okay, here it is. Okay, so here's the first thing. Brown said McCoy told him Watts was getting ready to do an interview on the television about the family being missing. Brown, that's another coworker, said he and McCoy talked about the situation, and McCoy told Brown that Watts had been having issues with Shanann, and Watts had been sleeping on the couch recently. So he either opened up to this Troy McCoy, or him and Nicole were friends, and they all three talked or some shit. Because who does Chris confide in? As far as I knew, the only person he confided in was his best friend from childhood.
Yeah. But it is
Brown,
possible that N knew him.
Right. And that's when when Chris started talking to him was probably from her. Because he seems like the type that would probably flirt with Nicole. I gotta wonder, man. Oh my God. All right. Brown said McCoy told him that Watts said Shanann had taken off her wedding ring and left it on the counter before she disappeared. Brown said he and McCoy speculated that Shanann had left Watts and took the two girls. And then if you go down, it names the people that went out there that morning. And then let's go here. So this is it right here. The following information was documented at the time it was gathered. The date of this report, on 8/16. So this would have been Thursday. At the Cervi oil tank, I spoke with vacuum truck driver Chris Ostrander. Chris works for Complete Energy Services and was on site to vacuum the crude oil from the catch pan the east oil tank was drained into. I asked Chris about the oil well site process and what prompts him to respond to a specific oil well site. Chris explained Complete Energy Services is contracted by Anadarko Petroleum to remove the oil and or water from the oil tanks and separators located at many oil well sites. I asked Chris how often he was called in to drain the tanks at Cervi 319. He said it is not a high-producing oil well, so it's not as often as most others. Chris said the last time he was at Cervi was on 8/14 at approximately 1400 to vacuum the pit, which is a tank to contain the water separated from the crude oil. I asked Chris if he noticed anything different or unusual at that time. So he was there Monday afternoon.
Tuesday.
This dude was, or Tuesday, I'm sorry.
14th.
He was there Tuesday afternoon and did some vacuuming.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that an Anadarko operator arrived at the same site shortly after he did and parked east of the oil pump head. Chris said it was unusual because no one had ever seen anyone park that far away from the tank area. It should be noted the area Chris described is also adjacent and near the area where Shanann's body was recovered. This dude pulled in and parked over by Shanann. Chris said he didn't recognize the person, but he was convinced it was an Anadarko employee because he was driving a dark full-size pickup consistent with Anadarko trucks. Chris said he spoke with the man who told him he was looking for a wrench he lost from leaving it on the rear bumper or tailgate and to check on things.
What?
I asked Chris if he was able to get the man's name. He said he did not, but that the man signed his electronic JSA form. When asked, Chris explained a JSA form is a job safety analysis document he completes for each site he works at. When an Anadarko employee is also present, he requests that they sign an electronic form. Chris said once his JSA form was signed, he went back to vacuuming the holding tank, and the unidentified Anadarko employee drove off. So Chris was covering his ass. I asked Chris if he'd be able to get a copy of that form. He said he likely could. And shortly thereafter, informed me that it was available and could be emailed to me. After I provided my email to Chris, I received an email from Brett Redis at 11:19 hours with the associated JSA form attached. I opened the attachment and observed two type names with signatures below them. The first was Chris's name and signature, and the second was Troy McCoy's name and signature. I contacted Commander Egan and informed him of what I had learned and requested someone contact and interview Troy McCoy about his presence at the Cervi 319 site on 8/14.
That's
At
crazy.
11:21 in the morning. He was there on Tuesday at 11:21 in the morning. I forwarded via email Commander Egan the JSA form I was provided via email. Nothing further. And there is audio of Troy's interview. Maybe we can go over that tomorrow because I think that is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? What would prompt him to go out there at 11 a.m.
and look for a wrench? Now I understand why people were suspicious of Troy McCoy.
Yeah.
Makes sense now. The day after. Strange.
Very. Thank you, Tara Cook.
To go somewhere that wasn't really used as well. Like, why? Why that site?
Yeah, I mean, well, he said he was looking for a wrench. My question would be, when was the last time you were out there, Troy, that you would have lost a wrench?
Mm-hmm.
That you needed to go out there the day that your buddy disposed of his family out there.
Well, that was the day after. So he was there
Or the
on
day after.
the 13th as well. I guess he could have lost it then.
Oh, he was the third guy in the threesome. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. In the NK's threesome search.
Oh my God. I didn't even put that together when I read it. That is nasty. I'm just scrolling back. The girls were alive during drive to Servy. I fully believe NK killed and put the girls in the tanks, not Chris. Do you guys think that it's possible that the disposal was done the next day?
What day?
Tuesday? I've heard that before, and I just didn't know
I've
if anybody...
heard it as well, but then where were they though in the meantime?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I've always wondered. That's why I wondered if anybody had like believed that theory, because I always wondered like what, because he was at home cleaning.
Yeah,
she's talking to him for 111 minutes. I just don't believe. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Do you think it happened at the house, or do you think it happened at the site with?
I think
the
it
girls?
happened at the house.
Everything happened at the house.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think they would have just left them. So according to the poll, I said, would you be interested in a replay of videos like a marathon on this case? 82% of you said yes. And that was out of 108 people. And I think that would be great to do like a, you know, like how we do the premieres where, you know, the chat is live.
Yep.
And do like replays of certain things. But yeah, I think that would be great. Maybe
so
towards,
I mean, look at
it
all the stuff we're finding that we hadn't seen before. Like there's still
a lot
stuff.
And we've only done this like 2 times.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, you guys think of things that, you know, maybe stuck out to you that we can maybe go back over, or something that you never understood. Like, I never understood this. You know, there's so many things that don't make sense. We could throw keywords in and do some researching. So
my stomach just rumbled so loud. I'm hoping my mic didn't pick it up.
What was loud?
My stomach rumbling.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. You need to go get a snack.
I know I do.
I know I have to eat too. I'm hungry as hell. And I'm still wanting cake after Yennefer's call-in. Yeah, the 48-hour marathon. I was going to do a 24-hour. It turned into like 38 hours. It was insanity. But, you know, I think we'd have a lot more commentary now, you know, to discuss certain parts.
Yep, definitely. And probably end up with so many more questions.
Yeah, look at Charlie's question. Wouldn't it have to have been at the site? How long until rigor sets in? Wouldn't that make it near impossible to put them in the tank that way? Now, Dr. Phil did another episode where he talked about the gruesomeness of the disposal. And I believe that one was removed because he talked broken bones.
Yeah, I remember that.
Snow said questionable shadows. Yeah. I wish somebody, you know, with law enforcement ties would have taken that video and gotten it like you know, less pixelized. Because you know they can do that.
Yeah, definitely can.
No, it doesn't. You're right, Colleen.
Nope.
That's what's always been kind of perplexing. I don't know if that's just a secret that was kept out. Why is Hotel California in your head? I'm confused now. Hey, Auntie. I don't know. Maybe on a minor's they would. I think on a minor's autopsy they may. I mean, they could seal their autopsies if they wanted to. Do you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
I've like a motorcycle.
A motorbike.
It's like right outside my house. Like, okay, bye. Yeah, there's no confirmation on the broken bones. The autopsies say no. I mean, don't show that. Leo Tech wants to know, Jay, what is your favorite coffee flavor? The Costa Rican. Caitlin Armstrong approved. Costa Rican blend. Oh, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Thanks. Now it's going to be in my head. Well, better than battery, though, because me reading that, I could hear the song in my head.
It's so different reading the lyrics as well, because I had noticed all those words in it that just make it even worse.
Yeah, it's sick. All right. Well, thank you, Potato, and I hope you get a good night's sleep. It's getting real late there.
It is.
I know we say that every time.
It's been nearly 4 hours.
Ooh-wee.
That means it's nearly 4 a.m. Woohoo!
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
Hooey. That must have hurt.
That would hurt anyone.
That's what NK said when she did those searches.
I talked to my granddaughter today and I asked her to say George.
Oh, did she?
And she wouldn't do it. And then
I
went over to like the little, like the little emoji. Like how you can change your face on FaceTime to like, I made my face the pig. And I said, I'm Peppa Pig. And I said, say George. And she said, George. And I said, George. And she started laughing. I love it.
George.
Charlie Patton, thank you. Okay, wait, we got to read the sticker. Hippo character, head pops out of water surrounded by his hippo squad. You guys are my hippo squad. They're the Roberter hippo squad.
A squad goals with the Roberters.
Yeah, Savannah, we'll talk about that in another episode too. That you have really good points, and I have things that I would like to say about that as well. But I don't want to end it on that. Let's end it on a good note and dance it out. Everybody tell Potato good night.
Go to bed.
All right, there I am in all my glory. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
George. George Glass.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give a damn. You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna